That really could be your something blue, couldn't it? Imagine you had Tanzanite as your something blue. I've been Ali Defoy, I'm not going anywhere, and neither is Karen Crawford, our fabulous designer. We're coming back on the other side of a very short break. Green opal and lots of treats. See you in a sec.
Good morning, jewellery makers. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. My name is Elena. I'm with you for the next, for the morning, Saturday morning, the whole morning, and a little bit more after that, actually. I hope you've had a fantastic morning so far. If you've just woken up, lovely. Put your feet up, relax. It's snowing outside, so please keep safe. Don't go anywhere unless you absolutely have to. I'm always a little bit anxious this time of year when it's kind of the weather is like the way it is. So keep yourself safe and cosy indoors. I'm joined by the one, the only. She is very much sought after by our Jewellery Maker family. It is, of course, Nadja. How are you, Nadja?
Very fine. Good morning.
Good morning. And you were saying that you're feeling, well, I'm not going to use your words because you shouldn't feel privileged because it's only right that you allocated it. But you've been designated the bride.
Oh, I have been.
With your kits.
Yes. Yeah, and I must say, I have felt very privileged, I say it, because it's so special to be able to make the bridal pieces, so and the kit was awesome. I shouldn't say that, amazing.
Yeah, you can. What's wrong with awesome?
It was amazing.
Nothing wrong with awesome at all. It is awesome, absolutely, and your pieces are awesome as well. So yeah, we have got the bride in the first kit, and then we have got a kit which is more designated the bridesmaids. I mean, you don't have to use them like we're sort of labelling them, but that was our inspiration, shall we say. So that's coming up shortly. We've got loads of beautiful new ins coming up. A T-bar of pleochroism. New ins, some of which haven't even arrived as of yet. Just to recap, I've got amazing Iolite, I've got incredible sapphire, neon apatite, and for the first time in my Jewellery Maker history, and Kim was saying exactly the same, my producer, we have sphene. Now, I've never brought that to you previously before. If you've never heard of sphene, it is a gemstone, which is one of the most dispersive, one of the most vibrant and intense, and that's coming your way as a launch this morning, so very exciting, plus many more. The wedding show, it's already underway. Incredible deals, bundles for all different affordabilities and budgets, new ins, star buys, etc. So we are very much ticking all the boxes. Should we get this show underway? I think we should. I'm going to start with some stunning pearls. I don't think I've been to a single wedding where there hasn't been one pearl on site. I'm not necessarily talking about the bride, but usually somebody, even if it's a guest, is wearing pearls. Do you agree? Well, how about you make those pearls absolutely noticeable by supersizing them. Check these out, 11 by 12 millimeters, so they're lovely buttons. They're going to lay lovely against the ear or on the décolletage or on the finger, whichever way you actually want to wear them, that's up to you. Beautifully smooth nacre surface. Hold these up for you. You're getting 3 pairs, so that's 6 in total. And the shape, colour, just absolutely amazing. These have to be some of the biggest half-drilled pearls that we've ever brought. I've certainly not seen this kind of size. Well, not frequently anyway, not in the half-drilled. They tend to be a little bit, well, usually about sort of half the size, to be truthful. Still beautiful, still absolutely amazing. Maybe more for your everyday wear. These are for that special occasion, which of course a wedding is most definitely that. All uniform shape, like I said, you're getting 6 in total. The half-drill is on the underside, so it's not spoiling or, I wouldn't say it ever spoils it, but it means that you are getting that complete, uninterrupted nacre surface surface, across the surface of your pearl. Just amazing, and it's the first opportunity of the day, so we want to start this show as we mean to go on, without shadow of a doubt. I mean, these are big pearls, so they're going to really take, you know, dare I say, maybe just one in a pendant. They're sufficient and sizable enough to certainly hold their own.
Yeah, definitely great. You could make a whole suite with them, as you said earlier. You could make a pair of earrings, a very solitaire necklace, and a ring.
Yeah,
great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, not many pearls will actually make it to a double-digit millimetre size. You'll notice that these are in millimetre rather in carat weights, because pearls aren't actually measured in carat weights. It does actually come in the diameters themselves. These should be coming your way incredibly at £9.95 for 6 of this wonderful size. But it's your early bird, so starting as we mean to go on, continuation of these wedding day deals. Imagine yourself at a wedding fair. How much money is exchanged during such events? Most retailers will elevate their price tags. We do the opposite. We drop the price tags from £9.95 down to £6.95 for 3 pairs. That's £2.31 per pair.
That's amazing.
That's an incredible deal. Look at the size of them. They're absolutely exceptional, aren't they?
They're amazing. You could actually buy several of them and then make a suite for the bridesmaids even.
Yeah, one each for the bridesmaids. And the thing about pearls is that they are age appropriate too, aren't they? It's not just you know, sort of it's not just older generation. It's sort of your 30, 40 somethings and 50 somethings. You know, it's all generations, isn't it? There isn't youngsters. My niece would absolutely adore these, and she's 10 years old. And at that price tag, you're not going to worry too much. Yes, they've got the rarity, and that's no reflection of the true value or worth. So obviously, they would hopefully be looked after as something which is very, 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 very precious, and that they are. Web bidders, congratulations, already making those confirmations. I need to move on because there's lots to bring you. Lots and lots and lots to bring you throughout the course of the morning. They're stunning. They're being added to my order. I've done some spending this weekend. I'm going to be doing some more though, aren't I? I know it. Ooh, I'm already dropping things. Sorry, Lauren. Sorry. Should we stick to the pearls, actually? Different shapes. So these are more spherical. So before you had your buttons where they had the flat surface, so great for those of you that like to wire wrap or do the prong setting, perfect for that. But equally so, you can prong set with these. My recent pearl purchase was an Aquamarine pearl, which is quite a golden colour. And, sorry, can you pass me that, my lovely? Is that all right? Is that all right? Poor Lauren. Poor Lauren. Sorry, my darling. Thank you. See, I'm so clumsy. And it was an Aquamarine pearl, which you do spend a higher premium for because they're known to be beautifully, beautifully round. Check these out. We've only got 100 of these, so it's a limited opportunity. But just how spherical they are, which is probably one of the #1 most crucial valuing factors when it comes to this gorgeous gemstone. I mean, they are flawless, aren't they? I've just picked one up to show you just the sheer shape and the continuation of that shape. Excuse me. I mean, you can use these as earrings. You can use these as pendants. I've got one like this, which is kind of like the precious metal is emulating the actual oyster itself in a pendant piece. And it looks absolutely stunning. You're getting 5 in a set. So again, you can easily commission a suite for the bride. Or maybe you're thinking about bridesmaids. Or maybe even you're thinking about, you know, for guests, dare I say. Because you'd be thinking, no, Eleanor, that'd be very, very, very lavish. Gifting cultured pearls to guests. Well, you could.
Instead of a little favour that you put.
Exactly, instead of those wedding favours, which, how much do you pay for a little miniature bottle of something, you know, alcoholic? How much do you pay for those? I'm betting it's going to be more than what you're about to pay for just one of these. And this is something that your guests will then treasure and can even go on to sort of make something or even have something made for themselves. Already lots of you multi-buying. It should be £6.95. They're perfect rounds. We're not talking about misshaped pearls with the slight, you know, indentation, still beautiful when they are like that. That's 99 pence per pearl. when you think about wedding favours, and bear with us, you might not be on the same track as us when we're talking about this, but when you think about wedding favours, you're going to spend more than that
absolutely.
on a single person. All you need is a little gift bag. Attach their name. How lovely.
It's a very special gift.
A
really
very special gift. Maybe a little chiffon bag, attached maybe a handlit written note, which would be beautifully attached with some of our zari thread or something like that. So lovely on the table, and that's something that they can keep indefinitely, and I'd hope they will keep and look after indefinitely. And every time they do get to enjoy that cultured pearl, they'll be thinking of you,
absolutely,
or whose ever wedding it was.
I think it's great.
I think that's lovely, and thinking of that lovely day as well. Fantastic, £4.95. What a deal! I'm not surprised lots of you are multi-buying. I know we're talking weddings right now, but it could be any occasion, couldn't it? Absolutely any occasion, and this will go amazingly as well with your first kit, which, funnily enough, should we get cracking with? It's all about the bride, which I know everyone says, oh, you know, it's the bride's day. It's not, is it? I think it's both. It's both. It is both. It's very important that the groom has a big part. Well, it is a big part. There's no wedding if the groom's not there, is there? No wedding whatsoever. It's not necessarily the bride's day, but in terms of adornment, I would say it probably is. If you're traditional, then you'd probably agree with that. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong, each to their own. I think I've been to some very varied weddings, and I've seen brides which have been very relaxed, sort of beach weddings. My sister-in-law looked absolutely amazing on the beach in sort of a chiffon dress over in the Bahamas, and then I've been to very formal weddings as well. I'm sure you're all agreeing with me. But this kit means that you can design it and tailor it to whatever bride that person might be, or you might be. Also, if you're a lover of crisp, clean colours, you'll adore this kit. So not necessarily if you're not getting married, or maybe you got married years and years and years ago, you could create something to symbolise that special day. This is a stunning, stunning kit. I absolutely love it, and wait till you see Nadja's pieces. Now I'm going to start at the beginning, because you have got your foundations, which is your beading thread, your monofilament and your clear elastic, which will work wonderfully with all of your gemstones here, so you can thread with these. Nadja has. You haven't introduced anything else to the kit other than findings, have you, Nadja?
I used a little bit of wire to create a rosary
teeny bit
link.
of wire.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's literally what, for rosary links?
Yes, that's
rosary
all.
links,
Yep.
that's all. So you can thread with these. If you have any trouble getting through any of the pearls, then you can use your bead reamer as well, or alternatively maybe your Eslon, which, funny enough, we happen to have within this kit as well. Now this is the slightly thicker gauge Eslon. It's the point, let me see.
I think.
0.4?
Yep.
And what strikes me when you see these is just how beautifully glossy they are. There's a lovely smoothness to it. Linda yesterday was referring to it, Nadja, actually. She was just saying the sheen that you get from our Eslon. You can feel the quality, can't you?
Oh, definitely. I love working with that. That's why I actually switched to Eslon, because I used to use different type of cord before. And I just love the finish that you get with Eslon. It's so glossy and shiny.
Yeah, it is. There's like a luster.
Very elegant look.
There's a luster which is only going to sort of obviously transfer. You've got your gemstones and then the luster of your Eslon, which works wonderfully together. Then we've also got your lovely findings. And look at these. You've got connectors, you've got bell caps, all different sizes. You've got oval jump rings, which are great for suspending, especially your pearls. Excuse me. They're going to let that pearl fall more stationary, I suppose, without twisting, and you can see the different sizes here. These are silver-plated brass, various different connectors, all different sizes as well. You can see everything that you're getting on your screen right now. Toggle clasps, heart charms, connectors, different bell caps, and again we'll go over to we'll speak to Nadja about this some more. Specifically designed for your cord. So if you think about it, kumihimo, macrame, which usual macrame, and then you've got your micro macrame, which Nadja obviously is exceptional at. So these are great for finishing off such pieces. And again, Nadja will talk some more about the bell caps in particular. I think would be the ones that most people will be like, hang on a second, how do I use those? They're actually very, very, very simple and give a really good professional finish. But wait, let's get to the gemstones, shall we? I love these. Stunning. How long has it been since we've seen cubes, Nadja?
Oh, I don't think I've ever worked with them at all, but they were amazing to work with. I just love the shape.
They're so sparkly. You know, sparkly actually I don't think is a strong enough word for this. It's just beautiful. You've got clear crackled quartz, so you take an amazing quality, gem quality quartz. It has to have clarity, otherwise you're not going to see the actual crackling after the treatment. They're heated up to a very high temperature and then quenched, a bit like an ice cube in maybe a gin and tonic or something like that. And that's where you get that almost like fizziness appearance internally. But these are cubes and they are actually drilled. The actual drill hole itself is on the diameter, so they actually go on a lovely shape. And again, really, really help. Imagine these in a tiara.
Oh, they'd look amazing.
Yeah, they'd be fantastic, wouldn't they? Just capturing the light, especially maybe at the evening dew, when the strobe lights come in. Imagine these sort of glistening in a tiara. So fabulous. You have got here, let me find all the dimensions and everything for you. Clear crackle quartz, here we go, 4 millimeters, and there's 50 carats of them in total. Then you have got your clear quartz, which is, I'm trying to find the carat weight, 30 carats, and these are 4 mil. Look lovely just like so, don't they? Amazing sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. And then we have white freshwater cultured pearls. These are 7 by 6 millimeters. Oh, that's just so stunning.
I mean, I must say, when I got those, I was quite amazed by the luster because, as I said, I bought pearls before, not from here, and they didn't look like that again.
The quality of our pearls, I've been saying it since I came back in September, I think, and that's why I was like, I think the gemstone of 2015 is going to be voted as pearls. I think it was second, wasn't it? Tanzanite was first. Just because of the quality that we can offer here. It just seems to be getting better and better and better and better and better. And this is a shining example of why. I mean, this is one of my favourite kits that we've actually put together, and I want to buy it as well. It's absolutely beautiful, but we're still not done. We've got more pearls just to add that flash of silky, silvery luster. Look at this. That's amazing, isn't it? So exquisite. I mean, you could, even if you're not into micro macrame or you're an aspiring micro macrame worker, which believe me, I'm not at that level. I aspire to it, and one day, yes, I will be creating pieces. Well, no, one day I will be micro macrameing. I don't think I'll ever be in the same league, but you know, I look at stunning, stunning gemstones like this, and I know that I could just, with simple knotting, transform it into a really elegant piece. Well done to every single one of you that has already made those confirmations. We have also got some shell Heshi beads to bring you. You can see them in the picture just there, right at the front. Can you see those? They're lovely wheels. They are also included. Amelia's just popping them to me. Thanks, Amelia. We can show them in the pieces if not. The Heshi beads. Where have they gone? Where have the Heshi beads gone? Look how beautifully they match and complement with one another. I love this picture. Ryan, zoomed in up close, you can see the quality of the gemstones, you can see the surface luster, you can see that gorgeous sparkle. I adore the fact that you have got that combination, that mixture of shapes and sizes and dimensions. I love the fact that you have got very organic, well, they are organic gemstones with your shell and also with your pearls. I love the fact that, thank you so much, Amelia. There we go. Here are your Heshi pearls. We're not, see, you might be thinking, where's the other one, Elle? Here it is. Oh, that is perfectly bridal, isn't it?
Oh, very much so.
And what's fantastic about this is we were going back to what I originally started talking about was this can be tailored to any style of wedding, can't it? You know, it's not just your very traditional or formal weddings. Sometimes, I know what's very popular at the moment is quite sort of rustic weddings where I've seen, and it was a friend of mine down in back in Wales who got married, saw lovely pictures where she had hocks and things like that decorating the table, and she had just sort of a very rustic flowers sort of popped in, sort of like a farmhouse jug in the middle of the table. Just look absolutely adorable, really, really adorable. So they can be tailored to a very formal wedding or even to a beach wedding or something like what I was just describing. This should be coming your way at £50.50. Well, given the fact that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of stunning genuine gemstones, all of your findings, all of your cord and your beading thread, your monofilament and your clear elastic. I hope we've got enough of these to go around, Kimbo. The answer is no. £29.95. I'd pay that for the gemstones, I'd pay that for the caps, I'd pay that for... You know, that's an amazing price point. I can tell you a story, a tiara that yeah, I've worn in the past. Wasn't genuine gemstones. £250. £250. It's because if you put it in a bridal shop, then straight away it's going to be those kind of prices. And again, if you're really talented, or well, you know, if your pieces are incredible and beautiful, and loads of people are commenting on them, please absorb those compliments and be brave enough to actually take it into sort of a bridal establishment, because I know lots of bridal establishments do stock jewellery, and I'm sure they would absolutely love to be able to stock handmade bespoke jewellery with genuine gemstones. I mean, you know, it's going to look incredible in their displays as well. Well done to those of you that have been successful. Now, Nadja, you've created some big statement pieces. Like you said, it's all about the bride, which I love. Would you say these are more traditional wedding, or would you say they are more sort of beach wedding, or both?
I think more traditional, really.
More of a traditional?
Yeah, I think so.
They're stunning. That's what they are. I mean, look, so detailed. Look at these pieces. You can imagine lace is very, very popular at the moment, isn't it, with bridesmaids? I think the lace reincarnation or popularity came from the Duchess of Cambridge when she, of course, married our future king, Prince William. She wore a lot of lace, didn't she? It was all down the arms, etc. Beautiful, beautiful gown. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but maybe that's why lace now is really big in a wedding, in wedding dresses. And I love that. It's quite a vintage feel to it. Same with these pieces, Nadja. I mean, you've got lovely swathes of gemstones.
I thought it was quite vintage as well, and those pearls just look lovely in the drop, so I thought I added them.
Oh, you can imagine both of these pieces with like a sweetheart neckline, and that just framing the décolletage. So beautiful. And similarly, there's nothing that is stopping you. I'm just wondering if you were more of a sort of boho bride, taking this up to the head.
I was thinking about that as well, but then I decided to make a choker with it. You can't really do that, and there's so many things you can do with macrame.
Yeah.
Many headpieces are made with that as well. So.
Yeah, so like I said, you could take it up to the head and just pin it in amongst the hair. That would look fantastic too. Or maybe by day and by night, you could transform it around, mix it up that way. Beautiful. Look at the detailing of that macrame. It looks like lace. It does look exactly like lace. Do you agree? And how long roughly would it take? And I love the fact that I'm seeing pictures, by the way, of lots of mica macrame. Yesterday we had some Wall of Fame entries, Nadja, of mica macrame, which is absolutely fabulous that you're really embracing it. How long does something like this take? Because there's a lot more time invested into mica macrame than maybe some other mediums.
All right, well that one has taken me about a day to make, because the cord is a little bit thinner. You can get that far with the 0.9 mil cord that we have as well, but it's as I said before, the finer cord is just much better for detailed work.
Yeah, it does look like lace.
Yeah, so you get the detail with that, and I like working with that.
Just stunning, isn't it? And look how they work with the gemstones. And again, you've got these lovely little flowers here, which you've incorporated into 2 pairs of earrings and also into the neckline piece as well.
Yes, these are exactly the same basics, and you just evolve them. You add on cord and then you grow them, so you can make them as big as you like.
Absolutely incredible. Just show you the neckline piece as well. So it's exactly the same basis, but
It's
mixing
exactly
the cords.
the same, yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much, is that the best way to describe it?
Yes, absolutely. You would just add on cords to grow it.
Just gorgeous. Which one are you going to be demonstrating for us,
Well, I'm
Nadja?
going to show this pair of earrings here, and then if we have time, I'm going to try and show you how to grow it a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're going to
so-
do these fabulous floral earrings with the drops of pearls just suspending. Just amazing, aren't they? Can you imagine those in the ear of a bride with the hair all done beautifully with lovely tousled curls? These would look stunning, wouldn't they? I'm excited. I'm excited to see this demonstration. So over we come to the lovely Nadja, and away we go.
Right, so this is a beginner's piece, really. Anybody can do that. So
Hang
it's going
on,
to-
pardon? This is for beginners.
It's for beginners. Very easy to do because all you do is just attach cords to a jump ring, and then you just tie a couple of rows of half hitches, and then you're done. It's very easy.
Okay. I'll see. I'll say yes or no at the end of this demonstration. You do demonstrate so beautifully. So, but I'm looking at that going, oh, yeah, I'd never be able to make that.
Oh, you would.
Well,
Yes.
you're just being kind.
No.
Go on, take it away.
Right, so you would...
You're using a slightly thicker cord now,
yes,
just for,
for
demonstration
demoing,
purpose.
yeah. So I'm going to, first of all, maybe I can have the
Yeah,
earring
of course.
there.
Sorry, let me pass those over.
Thank you. Right, so I'm just going to lay one next for reference. And then what I'm going to try and explain here now, so each row, if you can see that, and maybe let's bring this one here. I've already created one which we're going to work with later. Don't worry, all the cords. And they are rays. There should be 5 rays, okay? And each one of these rays requires 4 cords, okay?
Okay.
So there's 5 rays in an earring like this. So you would take a jump ring, so everything is a lot bigger, obviously, for demonstration purposes. And to create one of these rays, you would need 4 cords of about 50 centimeters in length, or 60, make a bit longer. And you would take one of those cords and fold it in half like so, and loop the end from the top to the bottom, and then feed the 2 loose ends through that jump ring and pull tight. And this is the basis for those rays. I'm just going to tuck this into the board, and we're going to be attaching all of our cords to that. All right. So
Okay. So just using your T-pins.
T-pins, yes, and this will then just give you a nice structure to work with. And then the next thing you would do is you take your 3 cords that you've cut, the rest of the 4 cords, and fold it in half again, and just feed one end underneath, and then bring it up roughly being on the center. And you would just tie a very simple overhand knot and just pull that down. Don't tighten the knot yet, because we're going to rotate this knot. We don't want the end with where the 2 cords overlap, because it doesn't look tidy. So you would then just rotate that knot to have the smooth side facing you like so, and then you would pull that tight. All right, and you would repeat that with the other 2 cords that are left. So find the center point, tie an overhand knot,
Spin it round.
yeah. And this cord is a bit thicker, so you would get obviously a larger piece, but this is just for demo purposes. You pull that tight, and then move on to the last cord that we have, and repeat the same process. And now you can do this as many times as you like. You could add a lot more cords to this as a basis, so then you could just make a much bigger earring with that. Right, so now we have attached all of those cords. I'm just going to pull them nice and tight so that they don't actually shift. And we're going to set aside the cords on the right. Tuck these into your macramé board, and then release the center cords that we have here. And take the left-hand cord and tuck the right-hand cord back into your board. We're going to be working with that later on. And what we're going to do now is create the first ray coming out to the left, and we're going to be attaching our cords on the left with right double half hitches. So we take our core cord that we're going to be attaching cords to in our left hand, and our working cord in our right. And to tie the knot, we would tie a right double half hitch, which goes in a clockwise motion and through the loop and pull tight. And to complete the knot, you would repeat that. So that is the first attached. And you would then move on to the next, sorry, that's not the right one, the second one in line, do exactly the same thing. And in a clockwise motion through the loop and pull tight. And to repeat the knot, to complete the knot, just repeat. And lastly, do the same thing again with the third cord and just attach that like so. And that is the first section created. So now we're going to just release that and set all of those cords aside. And we're going to start doing exactly the same thing on the right hand side. So this is the first section created. Once we have all of the rays, we would then attach them together. So I'm just going to release that. There we go, just tuck this away, whoops, so it doesn't get in the way. It always helps to tuck your cords away that you're not working with, because it helps with
I suppose it avoids confusion as well, doesn't it?
It does. Sometimes you can have quite a few cords and they can get in the way, so it's better if you actually tuck them out of the way. If they're not long enough to go into your macrame board, just use a pin to tuck them out of the way.
I'm easily confused, so yeah, I'd have to be quite I'd have to be quite systematical about it. But I can imagine you're used to sort of handling and knowing everything now.
Well, also, as I keep saying, you know, even if you have a ton of cords, you're never actually working with all of them at the same time.
No, that's true.
So it's always over a section. So if you tuck them away, then you can concentrate on the part you're working with, because it can get in the way. So.
Okay.
Right, so then what you would do is do the same thing, with the difference here that the knots we're tying are left double half hitches, okay? So your core cord that we're going to attach the cords to are in the right hand, and the working cords in the left. And we would loop the working cord over, out towards the left, and then pull tight, and then simply repeat. And this process will be repeated again with the next cord. So it's a anti-clockwise through the loop, pull tight and repeat. And last cord. And this is all of our cords attached. Now you would repeat this process 5 times to get that star effect, okay? So I'm going to just set this aside. Okay. And I'm going to take the section that you did earlier. That I did earlier, yeah.
Fantastic. So you're literally attaching each section as you go. Same process as what Nadja's just done there.
Yeah.
But you do that then. Well, attach 3 times and repeat 5 times. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I've only, for the sake of not having too many cords for the demos, I've only done 3.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You would have 5.
You would have 5. I beg your pardon. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse anybody then. Fantastic. Now, before we go on to that section of the demonstration, mixing in different colours within micro macrame is something that, I mean, looking at your neckline piece, you're not afraid of colour. The Eslon cords in particular do really, really complement all of the different tones, particularly pearls, I think.
Oh, definitely, because they have the same sort of luster as the
they
cord.
do. They do. Yeah, absolutely.
Very
Similar
elegant.
to silk, if you like. Silk is built up with tiny, tiny, tiny fibres, if you like, which and they use the word on sort of Wikipedia. They use the word luster. So absolutely fantastic. So you can see that sheen, which is emulated within these gorgeous colours. I love this. This is kind of an apricot, peachy pink, isn't it? Very subtle, very, very feminine. I've not seen this bundle before either, and I absolutely love it. And it's taking a sort of a hot pink, which some people admittedly are a little bit frightened of, that hot pink. But then when you look how they transform when you soften it somewhat with the more cappuccino Eslon and those beautiful sort of dusky morganite tones, I suppose, of your pearls. Now you have got 3 strands in total. It is a pick and mix, and it's your 0.4mm Eslon gauge. So maybe you're thinking, I want to create this piece that Nadja is doing now, but I'm thinking maybe bridesmaids, and you've got some bridesmaids that are in this similar colour. This would be fantastic for them. Or, you know what, you're not even thinking about weddings and you just want to create your own micro macrame piece with pearls, and you're inspired to create this, would you call it a star or a floral?
It's either way you look at it. It could be star, could be floral. You can make it anything you like. Yeah.
Either way, but these colours would look amazing, wouldn't they?
Oh, it would look stunning.
And nothing stopping you mixing the colours as well. Nadja has used that, and you said added to the ends of them. Yeah. So you could maybe make this sort of central piece in one colour and then add the exterior in another. Fantastic. And 2 spools of your Eslon should be £22.75 for 3 strands of pearls and all your Eslon. Not $22.75. Wow, I'd pay this for the pearls and then some.
That's a great price.
You'd pay that for the Eslon, wouldn't you? $14.95. Many establishments out there, if you think about with postage as well, are charging not far off that for one spool of Eslon, or even another product which might not be as superior as Eslon is, because I'm yet to find a single person, guest designer or amongst our jewellery makers, who don't love Eslon.
That's perfect cord, really is so nice to work with, full of luster.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can call luster on a cord.
Yeah, I think so, because it has got a surface shine. Luster is the exterior of it. We refer to it in a gemstone as the exterior. You know, what reflects off the exterior of a gemstone. Same applies with the cords. So it's what reflects off the exterior of that cord. £14.95 only for your pick and mix. Well done to every single one of you. Again, a great introduction or addition to this kit as well. Very, very, I mean, like I said, you could just take a couple of the pearls if you want, and it's just going to transform somewhat from a very crisp white piece to maybe something which is a little bit more girly. Yeah, a little bit more girly.
I would just pop one of the pink ones in between, just one in between the brown pearls or the beige.
Lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, really lovely. Okay, back to you. Thank you for that, Nadja.
All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the piece that I have created. I've just created 3 just to show you how we would attach them together. Okay, I didn't put more because otherwise there'd be too many cords in a demo. So I'm going to just pin that down again so that it doesn't move around. And once we have created all of, there would be 5. Once we had created all of them, we need to attach them together. So to do this, you would take the core cord that we have used to tie that row. If you can see, we would attach those 2 together. So take the left cord and attach it to the right core cord with a right double half hitch, which is clockwise through the loop. Pull tight and repeat. So this is now a right double half hitch, and that has attached those rows
brought them all together, hasn't it?
And then I'm just going to shift that one up and do that one as well. If it wants to move, which it doesn't. There we go. And I'm just going to bring that one, if you can see here, yes. Sorry about all of those cords.
No, that's part of macrame. Micro macrames, you're going to have all those cords, so it's just basically us getting used to it, I suppose. But keeping them in an orderly fashion.
It does help. I can only recommend it like that so you can actually see, because often I would tie something and then I would pick up the wrong cord, and you carry on, you don't realise, and then you have to unpick everything.
Oh, so that must be so frustrating, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
So yes, it pays to be organised in this case, and which many of our jewellery makers are, I know that. Okay, so you're moving on to the next section.
Yeah, that's the next section. So again, I'm going to attach this with a right double half hitch. And this would, you can already see the shape emerge if you have a look here. And then what you would do next is, if you take a look at the earring here, you have a row, a second row on top of the first, okay? So to tie this, you would find the cords that were used to create this array. So I'm just going to try and figure out which ones are which. All right, here we go. And the same on the other side. So I'm just going to set aside the cords that we are not going to be using. Here we go. Just tuck that into the macrame board, and here we go. So these are the cords we're going to be using to tie the row. So these are only the cords that are used in that triangle. I don't know if you can see that properly. And we would set aside the right-hand set, like so, tuck it away. And then the first cord, the innermost cord, is going to become our core cord. And we're going to be attaching all of the remaining working cords to it with left double half hitches. So that's anti-clockwise through the loop.
Okay, so you've gone clockwise previously, now you're going anti-clockwise.
Yeah, it just depends whether you're tying a right or left double half hitch. If you're tying from left to right, it's a left double half hitch. If you're tying from right to left, it's a right double half hitch. Right, so I'm just going to release now the set of cords. I tuck this one away because we've tied the first row. So we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Take the lower, the uppermost cord as our core cord, and we're going to be tying right double half hitches. So it's clockwise this time through the loop and pull tight.
It does. It's much easier. I can see because I know some people were saying that they're struggling to see with the 0.5mm Eslon. Much easier. I hope you all agree. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Just visually to see it. What
I was saying
doing.
earlier, I can sometimes not see properly, so it must be hard for the viewers.
When you've got it at home, I think, and you're doing it yourself, you can see it progressing with the smaller Eslon. But for us across the television screen, I think demonstration. So thank you so much for doing that, Nadja.
Great, pleasure. Right, so and then I would just carry on until you have attached all of the cords. And as before, we're left with the 2 center cords.
Yeah.
These ones, and we need to attach them together. So you would simply tie these off again, and this would then be the ray finished. And you would just carry on with all of the 5 rays until they're all created. It's exactly the same process for each ray from now on. So, and that's that earring created. And then what you would do is just attach the pearls, and that's it. Oh,
so you've attached the pearls there with a simple wrap loop.
Yes. Well, I'm going to show you now while we're at it. When you have your star like so, sometimes the rows are very close together. Okay, so you can't really get. I've used a jump ring, and then a very simple wrap loop to attach those pearls. I would take one of the T-pins and just poke it through in between the rows, and that makes a little hole that will allow you to get your jump ring through. Because,
right, I see.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Sometimes it can damage the design if you try and force a wire through, so it's much better if you actually
or a
make like a
needle
pilot
or something
hole.
like that. Yeah, a needle, something like that, which has actually got. It's essentially fabric, isn't it? You're building up quite a dense fabric, so it might need a little bit of encouragement. So use like a needle or a T-pin. Fantastic, you've got those. Thank you.
Yeah. And can I just quickly show to finish off? Need to show how to finish off. So what you would do as well is obviously before you cut off the ends. Where's my glue now? Hypo cement. You would just use a drop on the back.
So this is available on our website, by the way?
Yeah.
It is. And is there any reason why you use this particular glue?
Hypo cement, most definitely, because it's very, it dries very soft, if I can say that. It doesn't become hard. It's flexible, and it's quite strong. It's just perfect for that sort of work. So yeah. So you would just add a drop, and then simply trim off the cords as closely as possible to the knot, and then perhaps use a bit of heat, use a lighter to melt the ends, and that would be all.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
So just to add strength, use the hypo cement, just all that work that you've done, obviously you want to just add it to every single, just across all the rows, I suppose.
Yeah, you would just go along here. Sorry, mine always leaks because I press it. One more thing is when you're using this, don't press too hard. You can see here I did that, and then it's very liquid, so it would come out easily, so don't press it.
I forget which guest designer it was that actually said that with the hypo cement you just use gravity, you shouldn't need to press at all. Because it will actually form a dewy drop, and that's all you need.
That's all you need.
All you need, so, and that's, stop pressing.
Yeah, no.
Go stop squeezing your tube of hypo cement. Right, here's another alternative for you. Stunning gemstones, and I think would be amazing with this kit. You think about the pearls that you've just seen, the silvers, the whites, the clear quartz cubes, the clear quartz rounds. This would be stunning with it, wouldn't it? Just imagine these suspended, maybe even on top of the pearl that Nadja has just done there with those earrings. An amazing strand of aquamarine. Now, this gemstone, a member of the beryl family, its colour comes from the presence of iron. You don't want too much, you don't want too little. It's that perfect amount of that ingredient. The best way to describe aquamarine is that summer's day sky blue, which I know is hard for us here in the UK particularly to imagine right now, but just visually try and grab hold of those sort of spring-like gorgeous days, or where you feel the actual warmth of the sun on your skin. I know I'm taking everybody to a sense of nostalgia, which might seem way ahead in the distance, but that's what this gemstone has the ability to do, in my eyes anyway. It's reminiscent of the perfect summer. Aquamarine of this depth of colour with this gorgeous clarity is rare to see, because ordinarily you do make sacrifices on one of the other. So very exciting that I can bring you this kind of quality. You have got on the nose 100 carats of aquamarine on this strand, which many retailers, when you start taking very specific carat weights, so for example we do like I guess as human beings we do like things to be rounded off. So 1 carat, 2 carat when we're talking about your diamonds, for example, and similarly with your coloured gemstones. So you do tend to buy pay a higher premium for very specific carat weights, and you can see just how exceptionally colour matched they are. Aquamarine is a gemstone which is favoured on wedding days, and you can see why, can't you? It is that something blue. It certainly has got all the sparkle that you can imagine on your bride herself, and certainly epitomises that very special day. It's a 20 centimetre strand. They go right the way up to 9 by 4 centimetres. Quality aquamarine here. Gorgeous sparkle, faceted rondelles, so you've got brilliance and also the surface lustre with that wonderful depth of colour. Dial in as soon as you can though, because it's already very popular, and I'm just trying to recall how long it's been since I brought you aquamarine. It's got to be a good couple of weeks, especially in its faceted quality like this. Should be coming your way. £18.95.
It's an excellent price.
I was expecting this to be sort of £60–70, just because you've got both. You've got the brilliance, the clarity, and you've got the intensity of the colour, which is exceedingly rare. Exceedingly rare. Not £18.95. We are going lower. Just one of those rondelles suspended from a pair of earrings is just going to really look amazing. Nadja, a bit like £14.95.
Wow.
Incredible deal. I'm just looking at your earrings. I love those earrings because they always grab my attention. You've got a little cluster of rainbow moonstone. Imagine these in just a little cluster.
It's for me, aquamarine is just very beach. I don't know why. I just think of beach when I look at that, and to
warm. It's warm, and yeah, I can understand that. Now, what kind of beach are you thinking? Sort of Caribbean, or?
Oh yes, definitely. It has to be a Hawaiian Caribbean beach.
Yeah, because the crystal clear water and the surface luster and the yeah, I agree. To me, it's kind of like a beautiful day here in the UK where you're having a picnic with your loved ones. You've got kick your shoes off, etc., and you can just see the gorgeous luminous sky. I absolutely adore that. That's what quality aquamarine is, and you've certainly got that here. Do make those confirmations though, because this is a special price point in accordance to our wedding day event, which has been hugely popular. Lots of you tuning in. We all love a wedding, don't we? Or I do anyway. I love a wedding.
Oh, very special. I think it's a very once-in-a-lifetime event, really, isn't it?
It is. I love attending weddings as well. I always end up crying. I do. I always have a little, oh, it's so nice. Even if I don't know them that well, I end up crying. Even, oh, that's really nice. They're all lovey-dovey and happy. £14.95 only. Well done, well done, well done. Sorry, Kim. Are you kidding me? This. Have you seen it?
No, what's that? It's in there. I always like those little glass bowls because it looks really nice in there. What you got?
No way.
It's huge.
Prepare yourselves for the biggest Tanzanite cabochon. In my entire career, I have seen one. Can't take your eyes off it, can you?
I know.
I know. In my entire career, I've seen one Tanzanite of this size, and it was 25 carats. When I was in Jaipur at the beginning of last year, gosh, where does time go? And I was sat with Sarah, sat with Steve Bennett, who again we still do buy our gemstones through, and with. I sat with them and they were purchasing Tanzanites. In particular, they were looking for their one-of-a-kind pieces. And there was one Tanzanite, I mean, they were all amazing, but there was one which will always stick in my memory. I took a photo. If you go onto my presenters page, you will actually see, if you go down somewhat, because like I said, it was the beginning of last year, a picture of a Tanzanite, and it was 25 carats. I've never seen anything quite like it. I don't even know if it made it into a piece of jewellery. It might even be in their museum. I'm not even sure. That's the only Tanzanite I've ever seen of this size. I'm not making direct comparisons in terms of its quality and everything, but you don't see Tanzanite of this size every single day. Wow. Furthermore, Kim, my producer, has just said, Elle, this is singly the most affordable cabochon price point that I have seen for this size and this quality.
Oh, that in a sterling silver wire wrap would look amazing.
When you look at, or you think of how to determine the quality of your Tanzanite, colour is absolutely key. The more intense those blues are, the more intense those vanadium-rich violet tones, the more valuable. Now, I'm not going to grade this or tell you what I think this grading is. I'm not allowed to do that. We don't grade here at Jewellery Maker, but lean on your own knowledge. Has it got that definition of violet intense blues? Has it got, I don't know, indications or signs of AAA or quad A blues? I'm asking you. I'm not suggesting one way or the other, but I am certainly excited by what you are about to acquire. I've got no idea what Kim's going to take this to. No way. This is where we should be. How many have we got of these, Kim? 49 in the world. 49 people are about to tick a massive box. And I'm not just talking about, yeah, okay, I bought a Tanzanite today. I bought a 25 carat Tanzanite. Do you know there's probably a handful of people across this entire globe that can say those words? 27, it's just a no-brainer. Nadja, when you get this home, and please don't do this research now, you need to be making those confirmations because they will all go, no if, buts or maybes. I've never seen anything like it here at Jewellery Maker. This is the biggest, right? The biggest that we've ever brought. I've brought a 10 carat Tanzanite previously, never 25 carats. The only other 25 carat Tanzanite, and it might have even been 20 actually, I can't really recall exactly. It certainly wasn't any bigger than this, once in my entire gemstone career, and it had such an intense velvety blue, everything that Tanzanite aspires to be, and it was probably going to be either a one-of-a-kind, commissioned in platinum or 18 karat gold with your SI graded diamonds. I mean, anything less it would have been travesty, to be honest, or alternatively actually being finished within or set within a museum somewhere. Absolutely incredible. These kind of chances don't come around every single day, and this is something that I would get hold of even if I didn't know what to do with it, and actually sort of keep it for future generations. How easy would it be, Nadja, to micro macrame around this?
Oh, I think, can I have a look at it?
Of course you can.
Just having a look and see. You'd be able to, oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it? You just had to get your hands on it. That's what it was.
There was an excuse.
That's what it asked the question. She was like, I need to hold it. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it amazing?
Oh, it's stunning. I really love you can't really see the colours through the screen, I don't think, when you look at it.
Just incredible. So could you micro macrame?
You would probably tie a leather bezel around it, and then I wouldn't do much else with it really. If I were to wrap it in macrame just so that the stone would stand out rather than, to work around it. Stunning.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I can see Nadja's absolutely engrossed in that. Incredible. Get involved as soon as you possibly can. Let's bring it back to the backhand so you can really get involved with what you're about. That's an incredible price reduction, but I can't emphasize enough there's not enough of these to go around. It's not something that I can go, okay, well, we'll just get some more. We can't do that for 25 carat solitaires. If it's 25 carats across multiple gemstones, that's a totally different kettle of fish. You're looking at something which which can be accumulated. Whereas this is a single discovery. One amazing 25 carat cabochon with that intensity of colour is so astonishingly rare. We had less than 50, so how are we looking on quantity? Going really, really quick, so do make those confirmations, don't leave it in those baskets. Now, on the basis of the high-end gemstones that we've brought you, the pearls, the quality of the kit, you had those findings within, those caps within, but you didn't actually have any findings. Maybe you are a yellow gold person and you prefer pearls with yellow gold, or you love the Eslon with the yellow gold, then this findings pack is going to be appropriate for you. Solid sterling silver, it still is my favourite that we actually bring you here at Jewellery Maker, because I always call it the swan clasp. And if I just grab my tweezers for a second. Thanks, Lauren, there we go. Got them. It's my favourite clasp because of, kit, not kit, findings pack, because of this one component. I think it's so beautiful.
It's very elegant, isn't it?
Really elegant. Do you see why I think it looks like a swan?
It does, actually, yeah.
So lovely. This one connector, you've got 8 inches of your chain, you've got 2 pairs of your shepherd hooks, you've got your round head pins, you've got your lobster claw, you've got your crimps and your crimp covers, and also all your jump rings. So easy to replicate, to commission a piece of jewellery just from 3 components here, and again just suspend a couple of those pearls or aquamarines from a pair of shepherd hooks, and you've got a stunning pair of earrings. Again, so that's something blue for that big day, or maybe you are a March baby. Let's bring that price tag in. Solid sterling silver, 45 pieces in total, should be £15.95 now. We're not meant to give price reductions on our findings pack. However, it is a special weekend for us here at Jewellery Maker. It is the wedding fair show. Lowest ever price. Never has this been more affordable.
I think if you put all of that together in a suite.
Can I? Nadja, I do this every time I do. I love this findings pack. The chain, the toggle, and a jump ring. That's all I need, isn't it? That's all I need. So on that basis, this is 66p. It's cost me 66p to make a solid sterling silver bracelet like this. There's the actual lobster claw, there's the bolt ring, attach them to the 8 inches of chain. It's cost me 66p, and I've got rare, precious metals, sterling silver with your gold overlay. I mean, that is an absolute no-brainer. Never before has it been at that price tag. Make those confirmations as soon as you can. I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to bring it to you at that price ever again. To be honest, if we ever go even close to that is amazing. You know, at $15.95 was incredible. So we've taken a third off that price point. Thank you so much, Nadja. Absolute, as always, very easy to follow demonstrations on something which is very, very, very detailed. We've got more micro macrame with you in the next kit. More inspiration, of course. We'll upload the photos of Nadja's pieces. Fantastic. So don't go anywhere, because this lovely lady, she makes us think it's always possible.
But it is.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Not sure what materials you'll need? Then tune into Jewellery Maker between 7 PM and 9 PM throughout January for our Get Started show. We'll guide you through how to get started with step-by-step tutorials. Our talented designers will give you advice, inspiration, and introduce you to new mediums. Start off the new year with a new hobby. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Labradorite is an incredibly popular gemstone here at Jewellery Maker. As a member of the Feldspar family, this particular gemstone shows beautiful blue flashes as light hits the internal structure. The different layers that make up this structure give rise to really interesting colour play on the surface of the gemstone. The most usual colours we see are blue to violet, but you can also see flashes of orange and red. It's optical properties such as these that gives gemstones the edge, as these properties cannot be simulated by man.
Jewellery Maker have a special offer running on our workshops. If you book yourself on 4 workshops, you'll receive £50 off. We have a variety of courses to choose from beginner to advanced, covering a wide selection of mediums. This is a limited offer until the end of February, so book your places now to avoid disappointment. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Very good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. It's snowing outside. If you haven't opened those curtains as of yet, stay put. Stay put, stay warm in your cosy bed because it's cold. It's cold and it's slippery. I always get a little bit anxious of people on the road, so do be careful. Don't go anywhere if you unless you absolutely have to. Stay safe, won't you? Now, I'm about to bring you a gorgeous star by, one that I'm really delighted to be able to bring you on a second occasion. Now, the first time that myself and Kim actually launched this, a huge quantity sold, and we've been able to reserve the remaining quantity for today for this star buy. Now, triple figure quantity went the first occasion, and I've got less than that available for you this morning. I'm about to bring you 24 carats of natural, entirely ruby, emerald and sapphire. Now, I know that's something, and I was just sort of just recalling then that sometimes as hosts, I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure my fellow presenters will think, yeah, I've done that a few times. We'll say something and then we don't sort of we'll say it, and we say it so often sometimes that you think, okay, it's natural. Well, why is that important? Why is it important that a gemstone is natural or not, as the case may be? Because it's not always. Well, it's not necessarily important. That would be the wrong word to actually describe it with, but it's rare. it's very, very exciting, particularly with these three, ruby, emerald and sapphire. Over 95% of the entire world's sapphire, emerald and ruby will be actually enhanced in some way, shape or form, and that's fine as long as it's industry standard. That's absolutely fine. Now that can be heat treatment, that can be fissure filling the cracks and crevices within the actual gemstone. It's all to make the gemstone look the most beautiful that it possibly can be. Now, just to put things into concept or into perspective, probably the most famous sapphire on the planet, I don't know, or one of certainly, would be the royal engagement ring. Would you agree? So was once Princess Diana's, now of course on the Duchess of Cambridge, and it's a very intense, very rich Ceylon sapphire blue. Well, it is a Ceylon sapphire, but it's a velvety, intense navy blue. Now, incredibly, I was looking at the valuation of that royal engagement ring, or approximate, it's an estimate, and they were saying it was about 600,000. I was surprised by that because I thought it would actually be a lot more, given the fact that you have got the royal connections and all the history behind it. Anyway, by the by, still a lot of money. But that gemstone, we believe, given the fact it's of its size, is actually treated. And again, I can't say for certain, it's not documented, or certainly I've not found it anywhere, but we believe that that sapphire, given the size and the clarity, would actually have undergone some form of treatment, and given the valuation of it also. You're about to see, why am I saying these things? Why am I talking about sort of sapphire, that sapphire in particular? Because of the colour, because of the clarity, and like, hopefully, so you're not thinking that, okay, well, it's treated, I've got to stay away from it. No, you haven't got to avoid it, but it's just very exciting when you see something which is totally and utterly untouched by any laboratory, and yet you still see the quality like this. Now, it was one of our, and still is, one of our most popular ruby, sapphire and emerald opportunities that we've ever brought here at Jewellery Maker. I had, the first time round we had 140. We've got the remaining quantity, which is less than that, has been specially reserved for you this morning, exclusively all natural ruby, emerald and sapphire. If you want to separate it, if you want to separate those gemstones, absolutely fine. That's entirely up to you. The richness of colours, so like I said, not enhanced in any way, shape or form, not fissure filled to bring out that vivacious energy, all Mother Nature's incredible doing. 24 carats of ruby. I would encourage you, telephone bidders, be on the, if you love this and it's going, if you're thinking, oh my goodness, Eleanor, that's really, really exciting. Look at the intensity, those pigeon blood reds of the ruby. Look at how energetic those greens are of the emeralds. Look how velvety the blues are. And you think about, like I said, the royal engagement ring, it is that intense, beautiful velvety blue. And then just recognise that this is, like I said, unenhanced, all Mother Nature's incredible doing. Be on those phone lines, even if you don't want to press your option 1 as of yet, and you want to wait till you see the price point that this is going to. It's a big event for us here at Jewellery Maker. This wedding fair has been within the diary and within the planning for many months, specially reserved for you this morning to grab. You know, we recognise the fact that this is valuable and rare. I mean, perfect for gifts. We were saying yesterday with I was joined by the lovely Linda, perfect for gifts to mother of the bride, or even, dare I say, for all of your bridesmaids, because this is a price point, or even guests if you broke this down, because even the price that we're taking this to, and I don't like talking about price when we've got quality like this, that should be the focus, but I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up so you're on those phone lines. So if your heart is set on owning it, you are, I can't say guaranteed, but you're in with the running. Imagine gifting emerald, sapphire and ruby at a wedding. I mean, we were talking about, maybe you got the kit just, one of those pearls with one of these beautiful rondelles, to commission a pair of lovely sterling silver earrings for the ladies. Very few people that I know tend to don't have their ears pierced these days. Most ladies do, don't they? Imagine gifting just a small bracelet with, I don't know, a couple of those rondelles on some sterling silver. Already, loads of you there. Hello to you. Even web bidders, no wonder you're checking out. Can they see what I can't just yet? You can. Here's for the telephone bidders as well. This is why 140 sold like that the first time that it was launched here at Jewellery Maker. We've got the remaining quantity, like I said, reserved for you today. Completely, totally and utterly natural. Even our own royal engagement ring, you know, the infamous royal engagement ring, we believe has actually undergone some kind of diffusion. Not the case here. We will always tell you and stipulate if any of our gemstones have undergone heat treatment. We laboratory test all of our gemstones, so we are very, you know, we're very black and white, and that shouldn't be a negative if a gemstone is treated, and that's why I was telling you that story. But it's a big, big, big plus point if you see something and it has still got that wonderful quality, the quality that maybe has been sort of diffused or fissure filled, but actually hasn't in this case. London, Mrs. Pauline, Jacqueline, hello to you, Fiona, Sean, Dawn, Brian, you've got yours, Susan, Sylvia, Penny, Christine, Tracy, Nicola, Alison, lovely to be with you. You've got people multi-buying, Brenda, Diana, hello to you, Pembrokeshire, Dawn, Lisa, Surrey, Rosemary, Andrea, you're with me in Northamptonshire, Brenda, you're with me in County Kerry. Telephone bidders, I can see you all there. It's very, 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 very busy. However, there's still chances for you to be successful. It's going to sell out though. I mean, Sylvie, I've got savvy shopping, buying 4 of these. I don't blame you at all for buying 4. I mean, stunning, isn't it?
It's amazing. If you told anyone that you bought ruby, emerald and sapphire for 12, was it 12.95? Would they believe you or not?
12, no, exactly. Well, don't tell them. I just think, just don't tell them. They don't need to know, because I guess our nature is to think, oh, it's 12.95, that's its value. It's the opposite. It's the polar opposite in that case. Well done. Now, I've just had a little heads up from my producer. Kim said just be on the phone lines. I've got 200 of these in stock. So if any of you are thinking, woohoo, that's a good quantity, not before I tell you what it is. Just be on those phone lines, because I'm about to bring you one of our hottest tools that we launched here at Jewellery Maker, and still is. It's never, ever, ever diminished in popularity. This is back by popular demand, back in stock. Many cases where we launch a tool like this, it's been almost a year since March last year since we brought you these. So we'll launch a product, and sometimes there's a delay. I don't know why. I don't know why it's taken us this length of time to be able to bring it to you. I know it does take time for shipments to make its way across, especially when it's something bulky like this. By the by, it doesn't matter, does it? It's almost been a year since these have been on your screens. 200 is how many we have. Grab them whilst you can. I will turn to Nadja about the bail making pliers, but you can see these are 1.5 and the 2.5 millimeters, so they're slightly smaller than what I've seen previously.
I think they're great. I've got the bail making pliers that have different steps, but these would be fab for rosary linking, because you get the uniform link each time.
I was going to say, it's that smaller size, isn't it?
Yeah, no, they're great.
So perfect for rosary linking, to get that consistent, very professional, uniform shape.
Yeah, and they're really small. You get the bigger size and then the smaller one, so you can just intersperse them as well. They're great.
Great idea. Yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. I only wish we had a bigger quantity. We didn't advertise the fact that they were back in stock, because they'd simply, well, it would cause a frenzy on the phone lines and on the web. So it was a case of, well, if you're watching, you'll be able to grab, you'll be one of the 200. And there will be more than 200 jewellery makers who'll want to get involved. And I'm sorry we haven't got a bigger quantity, but something is better than nothing, isn't it? The smaller size, so if I just turn it like this, in fact, shall I take them out of the actual packaging for you, because I can always put them back. These bail making pliers, you'll notice that they are slightly smaller, and the reason for that is to actually get that sort of detailed, like Nadja just pointed out, that really detailed bail, isn't it? So can you see? Bit of fluff on there.
These are great, and you've got a lot of, so even if you need to create jump rings quickly of the same size, you've got enough lengths to get a decent amount of jump rings.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, for those who are wondering about the actual handles, because people I know do think about this, they have got that lovely sort of sponge. Do you know what I mean? They're sort of sponge, so it's you've got that comfort grip as well. They are really lovely and soft, aren't they, to use? They're fantastic. So it's that spongy grip all the way along. So I can't say it's going to eradicate it entirely. It depends how much jewellery making you do, but it's going to alleviate any stress or pressures to your hands. Wow, there's loads of you on the web. Again, Kimbo. 200. Don't worry, telephone bidders. Still plenty in stock. I've just seen how every single person, literally every confirmation is from the web. They know what this is going to, and let's make it fair. Let's get it out there so everybody stands a chance. $6.95 for a tool like this, of this quality, back in stock. It's been almost a year since it's been on your screens. They have got that slightly finer, I don't want to call them prongs, but you know what I mean.
These are great, something that you would use every day. I mean, I often use my round nose pliers to make my jump rings or even my rosary links, and these are great for that because of the size.
And if you do use round nose pliers, sometimes they are actually tapered, aren't they?
They are, that's the problem with them, so you never get the right size.
You can't guarantee that they'll be exactly the same, so these will guarantee, if you're using them as a guide for sizes of jump rings or rosary links, I think it's a fantastic idea, then it is definitely going to keep that consistency. I love that. I love the idea of, because we sell rosary link chains with the gemstones, and we always talk about how difficult and how much of a time investment it would be to replicate those chains. This would make life a whole lot easier if you did want to. You know, if you want it to be solely exclusively handmade jewellery, and you wanted to make your own rosary links, these would be amazing for that, and certainly cut down on the time. Loads of you there though. Very good morning. Hello to you, Susan, Yorkshire. In fact, I'm not going to try and say hello to everybody because there's just tons and tons and tons of you there. Back in stock, almost a year. It's taken for us, for whatever reason, to bring it back to you, but they're going to sell out today. So again, specially reserved for this morning's show. Moving on to these ones. Wow. I have to pick up the chain first, because this is different to our usual chain. First you get a meter, but it's quite stiffened. You can create structure. It's liquid like, look, you might be thinking, how is that stiffened, Elle? You can see it moving like so. So if you imagine this as a necklace, you can see it actually fall. But when I actually take it closer, I double it over. Right. By the way, web bidders, you can see the right price. Telephone bidders, if you're looking to restash on your findings, the most affordable findings pack that I've brought you in I don't know how long. This is what I was referring to. Can you see that? How it's quite stiffened? Fantastic. 90 pieces in total. A metre of your chain. What else do you get? Your extenders, your ribbon ends, your featherweight head pins, your round head pins, your decorative head pins, your crimp covers, your jump rings, your decorative spacer beads, your floral toggles, 2 pairs of your shepherd hooks, another toggle, large shepherd hooks, and then another one of your floral toggles there as well. Every single person, I would suggest, if you, like I say, desperate to restash on your findings, be involved right now. Be on those phone lines. Have we got quantity of these, Kimbo? Massive quantity, so listen, no worries whatsoever. So many of you buying 3s and 2s, and I'm not surprised. Brenda, Gillian, Kathy, Donna, Yorkshire, Leslie Ann, Caroline, Catherine, Bridgend, Angela and Surrey, Janice, Anne Lancashire, and Kent, Christina Kent. You've all bought more than one of these, and I've got many of you also getting involved buying single, and that's absolutely fine. You don't have to multi-buy, it's just up to you. It's the most affordable way of purchasing your findings in our amazing clearance. I mean, this is a clearance. This is a clearance price point. And even if you're thinking, okay, well, I wasn't tuning in this morning to sort of to buy anything, you're not going to really want to miss this, because you don't see this figure very often on our screens. This is what we're talking about, £3.47. Now, the fact that it is a very obscure price point, hopefully, is indicating that every single penny that we can take off, we have done. It's not about profits right now. We're thinking about new beginners at Jewellery Maker. We're thinking about our existing Jewellery Maker family. Is like, you know what, you need findings, otherwise you can't make your jewellery. So, you know, let's cut those costs. Let's let's just slash it basically and do a thank you price point. We've got a message in saying, I just wanted that chain. 14 links, just give the perfect circle for a tree of life. What a lovely idea. Shall I hold up that chain again? What a lovely idea. Just 14 links. Shall I even count that whilst you're all dialing through? Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're talking about an inch, approximately, of the chain. Makes, what was that? Makes the perfect circle. Circle for a tree of life. That's a fantastic idea. I love this chain. I think it's quite contemporary. Do you agree, Nadja?
It's very delicate as well at the same time. It's lovely.
I like the feel of it.
I've never seen a stiffened chain like that.
It's kind of, it's controversial, isn't it, really? In a sense, you're like, is it fluid, is it stiffened? Because if you hold it up like this, it kind of looks really beautifully fluid.
I wonder if you could make a ring out of that. Because if it's
probably.
stiff,
Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. And you've got a meter, I'm just talking about the chain, you've got loads more here. Pretty much every single person has bought more than one of these, and I don't blame you. If you want to buy 10, buy 10. Buy 10, why not? If you do that, you've got 900 pieces of findings to work with. Moving on to... Oh, this one. Brand new. I've never seen it before. This is fabulous. Oh, look. Now, I've brought you picture jasper before, but in little individual nuggets. These are top drilled ovals. You get the little plastic tubes as well, which are spacing them out. Keep hold of those. In my eyes, these are amazing cabochon rings or a pair of earrings or even pendants. They're a very universal shape. I only have 74 of these available. Totally utterly natural. Picture jasper is very, very visual. It kind of reminds me of sand dunes and the ever-changing movement, I guess, within the desert. Just stunning. Almost like fossil as well, aren't they?
I love picture jasper because they've got, excuse me, they've got these different shapes, colours, and generally just look like a genuine gemstone.
You can see the formations, can't you? The actual progression of the jasper itself. 18 by 13 millimetres there, and no one will be the same. I love that, and the fact it's very universal. The sizes and the actual shape of these, but also great for him and for her. I'm just thinking, yeah, cabochons they can be wire wrapped rings, they can be pendants, they can be restranded like so. That would equally be absolutely stunning. You've got quite a woody-like appearance. Many people think it looks a lot like wood. It kind of reminds me, so like I said earlier, of the Sahara Desert. You can see some of the dunes and just how they move, and that's why it's so difficult to navigate, isn't it, around a desert, is because the sand itself shifts and evolves. A bit like these gemstones appear to. 230 carats again, straight away, lots of you with me. It's a busy Sunday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to the wedding show. I hope you are enjoying so far. These would be fantastic for, or maybe the guests, for the guests themselves. If you're thinking about a gold outfit, they'd be fantastic with gold.
Yeah, they would work well with that kit we had earlier. Just one of those stones on a head pin, the golden plated.
Oh, the findings.
Yeah, the findings.
Yeah, with the findings back. Yeah, no, I agree. If you'd actually team that alongside the findings, you could actually sort of elevate these, couldn't you? And I know we're talking about weddings, but you know, generally jewellery, full stop, we do favour gemstone which looks like a genuine gemstone. Certainly, I was in town the other day and I was walking past a jeweller, and believe it or not, a gemstone doesn't have to be genuine to be classified as a gemstone. That is quite a controversial topic and I won't get too much into it, but when you're looking at picture jasper, it is obviously Mother Nature's gemstone. I'm not talking about something which is simulated or synthetic or plastic. It's obviously Mother Nature, and also very popular with you all here at Jewellery Maker. Hello to Kathy, Sue, Somerset, Karen, Leslie Ann, Northumberland, Diane, Diana, Valerie, Wendy. Congratulations to you. We'll bring that price tag in. A unique shape, but a lovely shape. Not diverse, But it's nice to see picture jasper in the ovals and in this size. $6.95, Kimbo. How many's on a strand? Let's count. That's a good question. Because they are cabochons, really, aren't they? They're sort of cabochon size. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Hang on. I lost count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. It's 24 there. That's working out at 28 pence per genuine gemstone. 28 pence for a picture jasper. And one of your most favoured, and I totally agree with you. There's different hues. You get sort of amber hues, you get golden tones, quite rich coffee tones, and the swirls and swathes. You can imagine how the gemstone oak progressed over the years. Caroline, good luck to you. Lynn, well done. Lindsay, Pamela, hello to you. Gloucestershire, hello to you. Cheryl, hello to you. West Sussex, hello to you. Wendy, Valley, lovely to have your company. Diana, hello to you. Hertfordshire, London, Northumberland, Patricia in North Yorkshire. A very good morning to you all. Imagine these, just one in a simple pendant, stunning piece of jewellery, and obviously not $6.95 worth of jewellery. Obviously not. Nothing of Mother Nature's rare, precious treasures like this would be that price tag. Other than here, that I can think of anyway. That I can think of. Well done. Got to move on. Okay, what would be an incredible combination with this?
Probably the pearls you had earlier.
Oh, pearls, yeah, that would be amazing with this. And the Eslon thread that you had earlier on. Now, this is brand new. I'm thinking these.
Ooh. One interspersed between each of those that look amazing on a chain.
Yeah, just one. Now, they are big, substantial tiger's eye. So new, arrived this morning, literally this morning, that Ryan, my producer, couldn't take a picture for you because they've arrived since we've been on air. Since we've been on air. So new, we haven't even got a picture to show you up close. So we'll have to do that via the television screens or your computer monitor. Have to do it live. I adore that. I just think that right there shows how hot off the press these are, and instantaneously the web is responding. Now, these are some of the biggest tiger's eye gemstones that I've brought you, whether they're shaped or faceted, whichever, either or. They are big, substantial gemstones. As we know, tiger's eye is a phenomenal gemstone, so you see all that fantastic chatoyancy, movement. Imagine, I think it's one of the most majestic creatures on the planet. Do you agree? A tiger itself.
Oh, absolutely. Just
how they move. I remember seeing one once, and it was obviously toughened glass. I wasn't actually up next to a tiger, but I was looking through this toughened glass, and you know, the shoulder movements really got me. Just how muscular they are, and how they appear to me moving quite slow, but they're very, very majestic. And this tiger, I can remember it clear. I'm going back a few years, but I can remember it clear as day when looking directly at you. And you see that the sheer beauty, they're intimidating, and they should be. It'd be wrong if we weren't intimidated by a tiger. But the sheer beauty of these wonderful creatures, it is absolutely everything that Mother Nature has created within these gorgeous gemstones. And again, you can see that connection. The eye literally follows you, and you can actually see that the majestic ways of these wonderful creatures themselves as the light, or what appears to be the light, it's not actually, it's their gaze following you. Don't you think it's fascinating?
I always like watching cat programs on them to get to see them, yeah.
I do as well.
Tigers,
and what a shame that unfortunately, much like many gemstones out there, you know, are depleting, ever depleting. At the moment, tiger's eye is available, but who's to say that in, I don't know, decades, maybe centuries even, this gemstone is no longer being unearthed. I can't read into the future. Different gemstones have got different supplies, as we know. Some are one locational, some have got different locations of that. Tiger's eye is one of those, but there will come a time at some point, and I don't know when it is going to be, but where it becomes less and less and less available. And it's one of those, one of those sort of situations where you don't appreciate what you've got until it is actually gone, and whether we're thinking about the creature itself, tiger's eye, or this gorgeous gemstone. Let's bring that price tag in. You're not going to tell me where we're going? Well, I know nothing about this strand. It's brand new. So new, I couldn't even, we couldn't even take a photograph.
Wow. Do you know, I went to the shops before I came in here and I had a look at a necklace which I thought was genuine, you know, gemstones. It was plastic and it was more than that.
Yeah.
It's plastic.
And these are mined. One of the most valued gemstones in certain locations around the world. We're bringing it to you at £2.95. You know what, if you're just channel hopping and you've stumbled across us here at Jewellery Maker, your eyes are not deceiving you. We only ever bring you genuine gemstones. We will be absolutely, everything's in black and white. If you want to download the certificate of authenticity, you can absolutely do that. I think this is a fantastic first purchase from us here. We recognise tiger's eye. We might not necessarily know what it's called, those that are new to the gemstone world, but we recognise it by Mother Nature. You can understand the similarities, the name itself and where that actually comes from. It's what we call a phenomena gemstone, where you can see an optical illusion within, and my goodness, when you've got sizes like this, to see that optical illusion, absolutely fascinating. If there is if there's a busy tone on the phone lines, it's because we're inundated. It's free phone, so please do just keep redialing. If you're with us on the web, do check out as soon as you can. How many have we got of these in terms of quantity? 250, and already almost 100 have gone. So we've been talking about this for a matter of minutes. Already almost 100 have gone. We are not meant to, and I'm talking about sort of the unwritten rules of Jewellery Maker, we're not meant to bring you anything at this kind of price tag. The cost for us to come live on air, it just the mathematics don't connect. Well done to those of you that are getting involved. Massive, massive, massive acquisition. A gemstone in certain localities, like I said earlier on, which can command staggering price points, you know, much elevated price points. Tiger's Eye, with all of its visualities, for its majestic appearance, at £2.95 today. I've never brought it to you at that price tag previously. Well done, well done, well done. I need to move on. Brand new, hot off the press. Now, speaking of, I've also got a hot off the press star buy, and it's up next. Sorry, I'm really curious because Kim was midway through a little bit of a confession there, but she didn't actually confess to anything. It was just a little bit higgledy-piggledy. So, Kim, do you want to repeat that? So there, okay. So what you said was they're not officially new, but they are new, and I just haven't been given them by a manager. So they are new, but they're not meant to be classed as a new. Oh, okay. You've got a new in-star buy right now, and basically Kim's not meant to have them. That's basically what we're getting at right now. A manager hasn't given them to Kim, which is usual. So you have done a little bit of a secret operation to get hold of these. Fantastic. I love that. I love a bit of a sort of covert operation. Now we're about to show you a rainbow moonstone. Moonstone, again, on the back of your tiger's eye, it is a phenomena gemstone. You see what we call adolescence, which is a fantastic word which just rolls off the tongue. Adolescence. Like the name suggests, this gemstone is believed to have quite distinct similarities to our gorgeous moon up in the sky, especially when that sky is perfectly clear and you can see just how bright and reflective it is. But moonstone then, when you can imagine it reflecting across, I don't know, maybe a very still lake or pond, that's when you start seeing the adolescence come through. It's a bluish colour. A bluish colour which seems to navigate its way all the way around each of these gemstones. But with rainbow moonstone, you don't just see the blue, you actually see the full colour spectrum. Stunning, plain 10mm rounds, keeping Mother Nature as simple yet effective as possible. We don't often get to bring you white gemstones. There's very, very few white gemstones out there. Iolite isn't exclusively a white gemstone. So moonstone, when it's got that lovely, clean, linen-like colour, because it can be quite murky, it does come in different colours, but white moonstone should definitely be that crisp linen colour, and you have definitely got that here. These are the largest moonstones that we actually have available to you on the web, on a strand like this, 10mm strand. I can see Nadja's leaning forward. They're amazing, aren't they?
And I love moonstone, as you can tell. Like
yes, your earrings.
And these are really big. I haven't seen beads that size. I would team them up with maybe a black stone, black gemstone.
Monochromatic would be amazing. They'd look incredible with your first kit that you had, Nadja, wouldn't they?
Oh, a pearl in between those.
Yeah, stunning for any bride, stunning for any wedding event, especially when the lights go down in the evening, you know, and you start seeing maybe the strobe lights of the party. If you've got candles, you'll start really seeing that adolescence coming through, and equally so when it's out in natural daylight. So an unofficial star buy new in. It is new in, but basically we're not meant to have it. But so everything, okay, so what you're saying is this is a big show, Kim. Our managers will blatantly be watching. Oh, you've got 2 weeks off, but okay. So what she's saying is I can take the consequences. That's okay, I'm a big girl. I'm really excited to be able to bring these. I've got no idea what Kim is going to be taking them to you, bringing them to you at. Should be $18.95. How many have we got? 93 in the world. Kim is bringing it to you at a price point. $18.95 was where we were meant to take these to, or rather launch these at, I should say. Kim says, I need to basically cover my tracks, eliminate all evidence. She wants every single one of these to sell out. So then basically what that means, and you might not realise this, that our computer system doesn't actually show any trace of the auction actually happening. So if all 93 sell, if there's one left, then our management team, and we had Hannah Roxbury down in the studio the other day talking about that, then they're none the wiser. They have to go to different reports then basically, which they don't tend to do on a on a regular basis. But if there's one of these left, they can actually see that we've brought this to you as a star buy, and they can also see that Kim did this. But there we go. You know, I'm just delighted that you're all getting involved. Stunning rainbow moonstone, the biggest size that I've seen in a long time, but it's got that very definite crisp linen colour, isn't it? It reminds me of sort of fresh sheets.
Just like the white in general, and it's got that shimmer. That's why I like moonstone so much, because you turn it, you make a move with your hand, your wrist, and you see that blue shimmer. Yeah,
I love the fact, I mean, it's snowing today, isn't it? Or it certainly was when we came into the studios. And I love the fact that when you look out to out across, I don't know, countryside or something like that, especially when the sun starts coming through and you see those beautiful spectrum colours, that's what you'll get visually with a rainbow moonstone. Well done. Stay where you are. I've got to move on, but you have definitely done it. There's tons of you there, though. Moving on to this gorgeous chain. If you got the tiger's eye or the picture jasper, this is going to go amazing. I love the fact that this is so wonderfully rustic. Is it new? Have you seen this before, Nadja?
No, I haven't. I was actually looking at it when it was brought into the studio, and I thought, oh, the things you can do with that, hang charms off it, attach all sorts of macramé pieces, and right, it would be perfect for handbags. But just a very rustic neck piece.
Yeah, and I love that. I love the fact that you can create something very vintage with this. You are getting a length of, does it say the length? I'll measure it for you. It's 18 by 14 millimeters. It looks like, I don't know, I'll measure it. Oh, it's a meter. It's a meter. It doesn't say that on my, oh, I can see. My graphics, for some reason, are just off to a slight wonk. That's why I can't see all of it. It is matte, and you can see that gorgeous texture. I'm wondering if you could kind of patina in this, if you could maybe put some colours or alcohol inks.
I'm sure I don't see why not. If it's not coated, is it?
These are antique. It's matte antique copper aluminium. So it's a lighter density, I suppose, lighter weight. But I'm sure you could do so much. You can polymer clay with this, you can resin with this, you can use them as bezels, as bails,
or
if
just
you
one
wish.
single link.
Handbag chain, belts.
Yeah.
We were talking about the sort of how popular now belts are, you know, just worn loosely, like in the 60s, sort of on the hips, or even belly chains. They're very, very popular as well.
Yeah.
I love this, and I think it's going to be really popular amongst the youngsters also. A matte antique copper aluminium chain. If this weren't aluminium, then it would be very, very, very heavy to wear, and that does actually put some people off. If you're constantly aware of something around your neckline or wherever it is that you're wearing it, then you know it might become uncomfortable. With this, you have got ease of wear, comfort of wear, and stunning, beautiful, beautiful links which do open out. You can easily attach these or close these, open them the same way that you would actually do a jump ring, and well, create until your heart is content. I'm thinking you could actually take one, and if you see there's the join. I'll hold it like so. Can you see that join? You could open one of those and actually use them as a bezel.
You could look at that. If you're thinking that chain could be used, if you have a thicker cord, you could sort of incorporate that into a macramé plait.
Now how would we do that? Sort of incorporate it. Would you use them individually, the links?
No, you use a length of chain, and then just as you would make a normal plait, you would gather a few cords and then make a plait. And each time you would come to make a plait, you would just go through a link in the center.
I bet you that would look incredible.
Yeah, look nice.
You were looking at this before, like you said, so I can imagine, Nadja, the cogs were ticking away beautifully. I've never seen it previously before. It's never been on your morning show previously. Apparently it should be £7.95. Lowest price point coming your way. It's been on the late show previously, first time here on the morning show. So if you're not able to tune in the evenings, you're not missing out. Not missing out, because you're getting the opportunity and at the lowest price point of £6.95. So you've got a metre here. So again, you can create a really rustic design, body chains, belts, I don't know, handbag charms. I'm thinking about steampunk. It would be fantastic with that. Amazing with your wire mesh, because you could stretch this over your wire mesh. Again, decorative purposes. In the home. In the home, you could use these.
Yeah, perhaps for what could you do? Maybe some very contemporary wine charms.
Oh, I like that idea. Guess what? I've got an announcement, everyone. I finally got round. Well, no, it wasn't me. Tom has finally got round to doing the pull cord in our bathroom. I've been talking about it for months. Months and months and months and months. I was like, oh yeah, what about one of those pull cords? Do you know what though? I could only find in the shops one of those horrible white ones. You know the ones with the plastic drop at the bottom? I could only find one of those. So it's probably going to get changed again at some point. Imagine these as light pulls.
It reminds me of my brand's bathroom with that pull cord. I think it was quite sort of 1960s.
What, those white ones? Yeah, they're horrible.
No, it was a chain. It was actually a chain.
This did?
Yeah.
I like that. I think that would look amazing. I've got quite a neutral bathroom, so I'm just thinking, because it's aluminium as well, it's not going to smash the tiles.
That's right.
These would be amazing as pull cords. Or curtain swags. They'd be incredible as that. What about for your shoes? I can remember a girl when I was in school, and I used to think she was the coolest kid ever. And she had, instead of laces, ribbon. And I used to think, wow, yeah, I want to do that. But I didn't do it, because then I would have been copying her. What if you had chain? Well, I can do it. I can do it now, yeah. like 20 odd years on, yeah, absolutely. Moving on to Again, these would be great with that chain that you have just seen. They are your J hooks and S hooks. A matrix box with all 4 colours, so it's not very often I can bring you that sort of titanium black. All 4 colours, so you've got the buttery gold, the titanium, the silver and the rose gold. So your J hooks and your, I beg your pardon, infinity hooks. I love that message. Infinity is a very positive message, isn't it? That figure of 8 swirl. It's a very positive thing. So to be able to keep that within your jewellery as well is going to work lovely. Now we've got less than 100 of these, so it is last in stock. We originally had loads and loads and loads and loads. It was a massive order and hugely popular with our jewellery makers. You're getting 30 in total. 30 in total of these hooks, and just laid out before you can see the fact that you've got those different shapes and sizes. So for example, with the chain that you've just seen, I personally would use the J hooks, personally. What about you, Nadja?
I probably, yes, the sort of more sturdy ones, the thicker ones would work great with that, definitely.
Just because of the thicknesses of them.
That would go well with that.
Yeah, but again, with a J hook and an infinity clasp as well, they're not just clasps. You can really, really use these for so much more. As features, as pendants, as bails.
Yeah, no, they're great. I mean, you could use them with any type of stone as well, or even macramé on them.
Like what you did before with that jump ring?
Yes,
there's nothing stopping
onto them directly, so you don't even go and use a jump ring.
So could you macramé onto the infinity hooks?
Oh yes, well, I'm not sure about the infinity hooks, the J hooks more, because the infinity hooks have got an open gap, so the cords might slip out. You could, if you attach them quite tightly, and then you tie a tight row of double half hitches.
But really,
the J hooks would
be perfect. Just an idea, I think that'd be fantastic. Now the measurements, they are substantial, go right the way up to 22 by 10 millimeters. Again, it's just literally expanding on your stash so that you can pick the appropriate class to the actual overall design. Should be £6.95, however it's last in stock. We've got less than 100 of these available. Lowest price point, let's bring that on your screens. Grab it whilst you can. Don't know if I'm going to be able to bring these to you again. If you got your findings pack earlier on and you get these, you're good to go for a long time, aren't you? £3.95, but there's less than 100 last in stock. I don't know if we're going to be reordering or recommissioning these. I can't say for certain. I think the safest bet would be to say probably not. They are flying, and again, lots of you are choosing to multi-buy. 3s and 4s in actual fact. Yeah, Lisa, you were first on the phone lines. Kathy and Treharris, Patricia, Somerset, Manchester, West Sussex has just bought 5. Sean, Shirley, hello to you. Leslie Ann, Katrina, you've got yours. Tina, Yorkshire, another Yorkshire's just bought 3. London, well done. Lynn in Berkshire, Merthyr Tydfil, hello to you. Eileen, I can't physically say hello to everybody, but very good morning. Nice to be with you. If you're on those phone lines, do stay where you are. You will be successful. We had just under 100 of these remaining, and it is a last in stock clearance price. So grab them whilst you can. I highly doubt that I'll be able to bring them to you again, given the fact that they are at a rock bottom price point, the lowest price. Well done to those of you that are grabbing them. Again, Sylvia's bought 6. I don't blame you. Most affordable way of buying these. Now, if you're with us and you are thinking, I'm really up for spoiling myself, for treating myself to amazing gemstones, the T-bar that I have, our special new ins, I've called it the T-bar of pleocroism. On my notes, it's not very catchy, is it? That's why I'm not in marketing, really. It's not very catchy, but I was like, they're all highly pleochroic gemstones. I've got sphene coming up later on, I think for the first time ever at Jewellery Maker. I don't know, I've never seen it previously. We've got amazing sapphire, we've got neon apatite, but in a few moments' time we're about to bring you a gorgeous gemstone which is so steeped in history. Big, individual, sizable and beautifully natural. It is your wonderful Iolite, and if you're thinking all blue gemstones are the same, you'd be greatly mistaken, because if you've never seen Iolite, it is one of the most seducing gemstones that you could possibly own. So that's coming your way. At what time? 10 o'clock. Make sure you do stay tuned. Shall I give you a little bit of a sneaky peek? Let's do it. Let's give you a little bit of a sneaky peek because it is big. These are big, big, big. Oh, I've never seen Iolite like it. Okay, and I didn't mean it to sound like a rhyme there, but I haven't ever seen Iolite of this size previously before. I mean, they are some of the most dramatic. Look at that quality of colour. It's just absolutely incredible. It's been added to my order, no doubt about it, without a shadow of a doubt. Stock permitting, obviously. Coming your way at 10 o'clock, so not long to wait for that. Amazing. Before that, though, let's bring you sterling silver toggles. These are amazing. All three. You get all three. Now, look at the quality of these toggles. Look at just how much sterling silver has been invested into these toggles. Gram weight is at the bottom of the screen. That is an average, but 5.5 grams across the three toggles. Really, really, really substantial. We talk about luxury, attention to detail. I mean, if you're using clasps like this, where the precious metal, which has been mined, obviously, the rarity, and I do encourage you, watch a program, which I can't forget which channel it's on, but there's a lot of programs about now about the mining of gold, platinum, and your sterling silver, and it really makes it sort of sink in, because I'm certainly guilty of doing this, that, you know, I've been a little bit complacent to the fact that it is readily available to us here at Jewellery Maker. Well, when you see how little of it comes is found, and how much actual earth is unearthed to get hold of tiny fragments of the precious metal, it really puts things into perspective. And also the deals that we can bring it to you at. Now these have just arrived here in the studio, again back in stock, brand new, reorder, hugely popular, big substantial luxury. They're some of our luxurious toggle clasps that we have, and you can see the size of those. Now they don't have to be for bracelets or necklaces, they can also be they're perfect for gents jewellery, especially in this size, because you can see the dimensions of the actual T-bar. So you would use this bit here in particular for gents cufflinks. It's going to go great through a lapel. Would you call it a lapel?
I think that's the buttonhole.
The buttonhole itself. It's a great size to actually feed through the gents buttonhole. Or ladies wear cufflinks as well. Very on trend actually to wear cufflinks. Talking about weddings as well, buttonholes. So you could actually use these for the actual buttonhole themselves. Again, back in stock, but already lots of you there. Multi-buying as well. Should be coming your way at £9.95. Now these are brand new, aren't they? They arrived. Okay. Martha allocated these to our show. £9.95. Bringing it to you. Launch price. Solid sterling silver. That's £2.30 approximately per toggle clasp. And if you break it down again, that's £1.15 for all of that substantial gram weight. The average gram weight is at the bottom of the screen there, 5.5 grams. You can see the quality. The fact as well that every single millimetre, every single ounce of this beautiful clasp is highly reflective, has been polished to agree where it takes on that liquid-like lustre. When you get our sterling silver findings home, and believe me, there is a difference between one and another. I'm not just talking about a 925 and plated sterling silver, anything like that. I'm talking about the attention to the shapes, the polishing as well. And I was referring just yesterday, in actual fact, about how some of our opportunities can go through a 200-step process from them being cast, if you like, to the very end product where they're being polished 200 steps. So if that's not attention to detail, then I don't know what is. Tons of you there. Sylvia, well done. Jackie, Julia, Sheila, Kathy, Sandra, West Sussex, hello to you. Diane, County Antrim, Sarah, Sue, Lynn, Jenny, Brenda, Louise, another Jenny, Kent, well done. Loads of you multi-buying. Over 100 have gone. How are we doing in terms of quantity? We had over 200, so that's amazing. What would you use these for then, Nadja? Because I'm just thinking these are your luxurious class, just because they have got such an extent of sterling silver in there.
Well, first off, I would probably use those with that Tanzanite cabochon that we had earlier, and wire wrap that, and then use these as findings. And then often use the round part of the clasp to use as a pendant base, and then attach macrame quartz to that. So you can add some real high-end gemstones to that. Look great. And
if you actually are with macrame, you were saying that one of the neckline pieces that you made took you a full day. So you know, you're going to factor in time, etc., then I guess you'd probably be leaning towards your sterling silver, just because there's such a time investment into that. And again, you can command a higher price tag, and I'm just sort of working on the basis that if you sell your pieces of jewellery, but also if you gift your pieces of jewellery, you know the fact that we know even from a young age that sterling silver is absolutely valuable. Moving on to, do stay where you are on those phone lines. Sorry. Have we got another brand new? Well, I know we've seen these before, but it's been ages, hasn't it? They're the Perspex ring displays. Look at this. So you get the 3. They're graduated, so obviously they're going to cater for all the different sizes. I heard, and again I forget who it was that suggested, and I was like, one of these just beside your bed on the dressing table, on your bedside cabinet, because who's guilty of this? Taking off their jewellery at night and just popping it on the side.
Well,
I'm guilty of that, especially with your occasional wear jewellery, you know, the ones which you don't wear every single day. I'm guilty of it, and then, who knows, you cannot do this in your sleep, or in the summer, maybe you've got the windows open. I don't know, heaven forbid. They do end up on the floor sometimes. So I think that's a really good suggestion. But also for your trade fairs, for your craft fairs, for your own dressing table, they're amazing. The clear acrylic holders, they really show off all of the different colours of your gemstones as well. You can put your wedding rings, that's what we were just saying, on your own bedside cabinet. You know, just putting one of those to look after your jewellery, because I'm certainly guilty of just taking them off and put them on the side, and of course then they're going to get more likely to get scratched. Yeah, your occasion wear. I don't think many people do take off their engagement ring and wedding ring. Don't think many people do. Each to their own, I suppose. My mum takes her engagement ring off and keeps her wedding band on, just because she says, well, I don't want to wear it every single day, because it is a lovely piece of jewellery, so she wears it when she goes out and everything. But other than that, it tends to be the same. Each to their own, I suppose. Each to their own. Either or. I don't know. Is it? What was that, Ryan? What was your suggestion? Are you talking about biscuits? Have you got biscuits on the brain? We had jam and toast on the brain yesterday. Oh, I still haven't had that though. Has anyone had jam and toast yet? We're talking about it, but no, we're talking about jam on toast, and we're going to order it in, I think. I think we need to order it in. Anyway, totally digress. I've totally gone onto the food bandwagon. Ryan, don't put these things in my head. Because I've got a sweet tooth at the moment as well. Valerie, Somerset, Anne-Marie, Lancashire, Anna Lee, hello to you. Yorkshire, Tracy, Rosie, Ruth, Claire, you've done it, congratulations, you are getting all 3. £4 on the nose On the nose price tag, I mean, that's amazing. I used to source displays when I had my own jewellery business, and I know how much I used to pay at a wholesale price point. You know, they can be very, very costly, particularly the acrylic, so they're not glass, so they are very, very resistant, relatively scratch-free as well. You can wipe these clean as easy as anything. They're perfect for your transportation as well. So you would expect to pay a higher price tag for acrylic, wouldn't you? You're getting full 3, and again, it's got that graduation. We've got a text message from Anne in Nottinghamshire. Ideal to put by the sink for when you need, yes, for when you do the dishes. Yes, for when you do the dishes. Because certain gemstones you do need to be careful with, you know, with sort of washing liquid and things like that. Not every gemstone likes to be submerged in water. Pearls is a great example you've got to be very, very careful of. So great idea. Great idea, Anne. Stay on those phone lines. Congratulations to every single one of you. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic deals. Now, we've got more coming your way. Your designer inspiration is not too long. And also, we have got that wonderful strand, the biggest strand, and certainly exemplary quality of your Iolite. It's up next.
There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget, you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Come and join guest designer Mark Smith with his fantastic DVD, Chips and Nuggets with Wire. Mark guides you through everything you need to know to create these stunning pieces. From the tools that you will use to different types of wire and the gorgeous gemstones featured, it's like having a personal tutor in your living room.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
The colour of rose quartz ranges from a very tender pale pink to a delicate powder pink and can be transparent through to translucent. This gem has adorned ornaments and jewellery since ancient times. Known as the gemstone of true love, it's said that rose quartz allows you to get to know your true self and to love that true self in all its beauty.
Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Welcome back, everyone. So nice to have your company this morning. Now, this is going to be one of the biggest star buys of the entire weekend, and I'm not just talking about the quantity, even though that is huge. I'm talking about the deal. I'm talking how affordable it's going to be, and also how significant the carat weight is. Iolite is one of the big blues, but it's one of the most distinctive of the blue gemstones. Even though it has previously been referred to as the water sapphire, and it's sort of recognising how the similarities that Iolite can be when it has the quality like this to some of the finest cashmere or Ceylon sapphires. Now, like your Tanzanite, the best way of actually establishing the grade and the quality, it is the depth of colour. The more intense, the more velvety those blues are, a sort of purplish that you get. It's quite an inky blue that Iolite gives you, rather than a violet blue, the more valuable the gemstone absolutely is. But it does tend to form in quite small crystals. So to be able to bring you measurements right the way up to 18 millimetre. If you think about the standard calibration of a gemstone, can be sort of what, 7 by 5 millimetre or smaller, and I'm being quite generous there. That is really significant. But again, think about all the big blue gemstones, and blue still is our most popular colour of gems. We think about sapphire, we think about Tanzanite, we think about kyanite, and really Iolite. But Iolite is probably one of the rarest I've seen. It's steeped in history because it is high in pleochroism, and we used to make the most of this gemstone's pleochroism. Many of you will already know that this gemstone was used as a form of navigation by Vikings. So the sunlight itself used to sort of billow down on the gemstone itself, and the Vikings would be able to sort of orientate themselves, navigate themselves across the open ocean with the use of this very gemstone. Now, that theory was actually put to test just recently by a gemologist who also name's nameless, I haven't actually found his name as of yet, but a gemologist who also knew how to fly planes, and he was like, I want to test that theory. And I was thinking, gosh, this is very brave. Test that theory using an Iolite whilst navigating a plane, and equally, he knew what to do, and using it similar to that of a compass, was able to fly his plane and navigate his way around the big open sky using this very gemstone. But going back to the scale of this opportunity, just to give everybody a little bit of a heads up, we've put the graphics straight away, and I've already got what do I reckon? About 50 already gone. We've got a massive quantity, so don't worry. The price that we are going to is just simply astonishing. Iolite, inky blue, the more depth of colour there is, the more valuable it is. Just think in the same way of that of your Tanzanite, and you'll be on the right track. But I've certainly never brought you Iolite of this size previously. There's one parcel which springs to mind, which I was able to bring in a showcase a few months back on what was our sister channel, called Bengal Iolite. I'm not making direct comparisons to that parcel. However, it was one of the most exciting Iolite opportunities that I've ever had, just because it had such a velvety colour. That was exclusively being commissioned into gold pieces of jewellery, and rightly so. The quality, anything less than that, you'd kind of question, are we then sort of devaluing the gemstone? And please don't think I'm being derogatory to your sterling silver, because I'm absolutely not. It's just, it was some of the most supreme quality Iolite that we've ever or we had ever seen at that time. That I thought was going to be the very, well, it still is, you know, that to me is some of the best Iolite that I've ever seen across museums, etc. That wonderful collection. This is really exciting, because you've got that definite, rich, intense Iolite colour that we absolutely adore. I mean, look at these hues. It's just amazing. You don't want Iolite to be sort of wishy-washy or pale or insipid. You don't want those baby blues which are desired within sapphire. For example, it's not necessarily the depth of the colour in sapphire which is more valuable. It's all personal preference, because you can have baby blue, sky blue sapphire, or you can have the navy blue sapphire. It's all personal choice. With Iolite and with your kyanite and with your Tanzanite, the darker the gemstone, the richer that blue, the more valuable the gemstone actually is. So many multi-buyers, and Kim, all I know by the way, is Kim said, I'm going to do the best, most amazing deal on this given the quantity. Just to recap, we have got, wow, this is the biggest quantity auction, I think, of the entire weekend. I've got over 500 of these available. It's a massive, massive, massive promotional deal for the wedding fair show. They're flying on the web. And what was that, Kim? Do they not even know the price we're going to? Are you kidding me? It's going lower than that. There are 590 of these in the world. You can see this, but we're not even stopping there. Look at the sheer size of these crystals. Look, there is no other strand of Iolite available on our own website of rough nuggets. $3.95, Kim. There's 590 of these available. If these don't sell out, then I need to have a serious word with myself, because the quality of this Iolite, yeah, I know, Kim's saying, look at this one here at the bottom. I agree, just that with a couple of diamonds either side. Yeah, I'm saying diamonds because every bone in my body is telling me that this is some of the supreme depth of quality of Iolite. There's so many people on the phone, and again, if you are getting an engaged tone or a busy tone, please persevere. Stay where you are on those phone lines. It's worth the time that you are investing. It is totally and utterly free phone. For $3.95, obviously our call centre are going to be sort of frantically speaking to lots of our jewellery makers right now. I was expecting, I mean, I knew that this was going to be an incredible deal, but I was not expecting a single figure price tag. I mean, Nadja, this is so amazing.
Definitely, so stunning. I mean, I always think men's jewellery when they see rough nuggets. Just put one, and maybe with that moonstone we had earlier. That was really
incredible.
Nice. Yeah, really
but out in terms of the dimensions, Iolite is not a gemstone that likes to form in big sizes. It's very, very, very rare to get big statement. I'm going to go to sort of the smaller sizes. If I turn my hand like so, you know, the smaller sizes. Look, they're still massively substantial. And again, look at those colours. Look at those wonderful colours of this gorgeous gemstone. And with crystal clear clarity. Do you know when I just tilt that up there, did you see the flashes of pink? Wait till you get it out into natural daylight. I adore the fact that these have been left within as natural, well they are natural, but left within their natural state, unpolished, unfaceted. You're still going to see all of that pleochroism. Can you understand why I call it the gemstone, the T-bar rather, of pleochroism? 590, over half the stock is gone. Our wonderful call centre are doing amazingly at keeping up with the phone lines, keeping up with your calls. Please stay where you are. I'm going to move on and allow our call centre just catch their breath and obviously catch up with you guys on the phone lines. And what we'll do is we'll recap it a little bit later on. Julian Dorset, OMG, what a bargain. I had to get two. I don't blame you, Julia. I would do exactly the same. Wasn't intending to buy today. Naughty but nice. Well, at $3.95, you know, that's a justifiable price tag for a gemstone of this rarity, which it just doesn't happen in this colour, in this size. So well done. Well, massive congratulations to every single one of you. Moving on to, right, it is your designer inspiration. So we are going back to Nadja. Who's been a bridesmaid? Got colours in this kit that I was brides. My best friend was, she had these colours as a wedding. I think it's a lovely colour combination.
Nice. Yeah, I was at the wedding last year where they also had the bridesmaids, the sort of aqua.
Yeah. Lovely. Really complimentary, isn't it? Now, can I for 1 second just kind of not mention weddings? Is that okay? Just because I've got 2 strands of natural pink opal. Opal So many different variations. Dendrite, you can have jelly opal, crystal opal, cubipede opal, black opal, mosaic opal, and go on and on and on and on. It can also be, it can absorb lovely colours when it's impregnated with a dye. Every so often, Mother Nature does it too, but very, very, very rarely. I'm about to show you 2 strands, not in rough nuggets. Yeah, I've brought you rough nuggets previously. 2 strands of this gorgeous rare gemstone in a lovely, beautiful, delicate baby pink. You've got rounds and also these wonderful columns. Look at that. If my kit included this and this alone, I am one happy bunny.
Oh, they were amazing to work with, especially because of that banding that you get in between. They were lovely, pink, sort of subtle pink.
Really subtle pink. It's not, you know, it's not what I would call a sort of princessy pink. It's a very delicate hue,
yes,
which I absolutely adore, and it's so rare to have opal with this depth of colour. Whilst you might be thinking, well, it's not intense, Elle. No, it's not meant to be. Pink opal very, very rarely is, but it has got that very distinctive, more of a rose quartz hue. Do we know the country of origin of this? Just going to establish that. And again, dendrite hues within as well. Speckles of dendrite, sort of similarities within, which is wonderful to see. I simply adore these 2 strands. I'm going to go as far as saying I think these are 2 of some of the most beautiful pink opal strands that we've brought, included in your kit. And by the way, we are not even done here. We have got more to bring you. Where do we go though? Where do we move on from here? Yeah, I think the pearls need to come in, don't they? A lovely size.
They're perfect for detail, aren't they?
Perfect for detailing. They're a slightly smaller, baroque shape. Wonderfully reflective. High shine, gorgeous orient. They are tiny, and they're central drilled through the centre as well. Central drilled cultured buttons. We've said buttons. I think they're more of a baroque shape myself, although some of them have definitely got a flat surface. So lovely. I mean, look at this gorgeous combination. Such a gorgeous combination. But then what we're going to do is sort of really intensify those hues. A combination of colours which, in my head, you think, well, they shouldn't work, but they actually really, really do. You think, gosh, well, you're going from energetic, really vivacious to subtle right now. And you'll know exactly what I mean when I actually bring in the gemstone. It is the very, very definition of a summer's day. It is your sky blue apatite. Do you see what I mean? They shouldn't, in theory, work together because you've got such polar opposites in terms of how energetic those saturations are, but yet they really, really do work. Absolutely incredible combination. The diversity of the shape. I'm going to say it again. I think 2 of the most beautiful pink opals, natural pink opal strands that I've ever brought to you. Sky blue apatite with amazing clarity. Can you see that? Right into the heart of the gemstone. Apatite can actually be quite an opaque gem. Not the case here. And very, very, very rare to get sizes like this. What's the carat weight on the actual apatite? 42 carats. Well, the average is 0.15. The average carat weight is 0.15, so these are big and significant. We've deliberately separated the gemstones with the actual, I guess, mechanisms and the foundations of the kit so that you can choose them individually. You can say, yeah, I want to have the gemstones, or I want to have the cords. They're coming your way in a few short moments. It is your beautiful bridesmaids, and you can understand bridesmaids would look lovely in these colours, and it does tend to be a palette that is very bridal-esque. I love sky blue apatite, a gemstone, the bringer of light. That's what because it is very rich in intense in phosphorus, works so beautifully with the subtlety of your pink opal. A text message coming in from Vera and Tyne and Wear. This kit is on trend using the Pantone colours. It really is, absolutely. You've got your baby blues, you've got your beautiful baby pinks in there as well. Those of you that have the Hub magazine, I love that article that, I don't know who it was that actually put that in there, but there was lots of pictures of the Pantone colours and what is 2016, and yeah, you expect to see lots of these tones and colours within fashion and certainly in your jewellery. Let's bring that kit price point in. Wait, you get the findings too? Wait, you get all of these too? Oh, I beg your pardon, I thought they were all separate. This is all part, oh, almost, oh, that was close. That was close. It's not just your gemstones, you also get your findings with these connectors. I thought they were all separate. 90 findings with the length of chain, your toggles, your shepherd hooks, your head pins, your featherweight head pins, your decorative head pins, your extenders, your ribbon ends, toggle clasps here, these gorgeous connectors. Getting 5 of those. Look at the size of this toggle. So lovely. 90 findings in total. 90 findings in total. What you don't see is the connectors on there. The connectors are separate, yeah? They are in the kit. They are separate components. So these measure approximately about 1.5 inches, I would probably say. Curve round beautifully, great for your macrame or your kumihimo. And you also have your threading pack. Now it should be £47.15. That's where we should be bringing you this. If you were to buy all the components individually off our own website, £47.15 is where we should be. Never mind should be. It's our special wedding show. £24.95. That's a massive reduction. I mean, that's almost £20 back into your own pocket. Grab it whilst you can. Limited opportunity. I'd be paying that for the 2 strands of opal. In fact, I'd pay that for just one of those. The beauty of the pearls, the beauty of the sky apatite that you have got here. All of those findings are a bonus, if you like. The quality of the gemstones within, and they work so lovely with the Eslon that you've got coming up. In just a few short moments. Do you agree with me, Nadja? I mean, £24.95 for 4 strands, high-end strands too.
For all of that, it's definitely a really good price. I mean, normally you would probably pay that for the findings and the essential threading pack alone.
Yeah.
Very good price.
Without the gemstones,
without
absolutely.
The gemstones,
I mean, you don't see those smaller sizes of pearls every day, do you? You certainly don't see sky apatite every day, and you most definitely do not see pink opal every single day. It's such a beautiful, delicate kit that. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Do stay where you are. I'm only moving on because I've got Eslon thread coming your way, and I think this is going to be the most popular Eslon opportunity of the show. I've got 124 of these in stock, so it's a big quantity of Eslon. For us, usually it tends to be sort of less than 50, but look at the colour palette, so beautiful. Look at these tones. You've got corals to pinks to sky apatite blues. Goes absolutely amazingly with the gemstones that you have just seen. A lovely minty green, an ecru colour here. They're more of a turquoise, like coral pink, dusky pink, and there's the sky apatite. Now, Eslon might have called them something different. Yeah, they have. They've got aqua, light orchid, mint green, natural, pink coral and teal. That doesn't really matter. It's what it's what colours you see. Just the beauty of how I love the fact that they all work together as well, don't they?
Oh, they work so well together, especially the greens and the peach. Is it peach at the top?
This one here?
Yes, that one.
This one here is kind of like a champagne-y colour, or kind of sort of. Eslon call it sort of a natural. So you can use these with pearls. You can use these with any of your beading. They measure 0.4. So you've got 70 metres on each as well. So in total, you've got how much? 420 metres of Eslon. I think this is going to be the busiest and most popular Eslon opportunity that we have. And it's perfect for your micro macrame because, again, we were talking about lustre. Coming your way at, gosh, this is a deal. 3p per metre. That's what it's working out at. 3p. 14.95 for all of
those
these.
for 14.95.
We were talking earlier, Nadja, and we were saying that you could. So many of our guest designers were saying, I used to pay about £10 for just one with postage when we didn't stock it here at Jewellery Maker. And then you'd be restricted on the colours that you'd be able to get hold of. These are beautiful. Look at that, like them all lined up.
There's aqua and the teal sort of colour is just my absolute favourite greens.
These two are your favourite?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I love the coral. I think that's amazing, and I love the fact that they all work together, don't they?
All of them were in any combination work
any
well
combination
together.
whatsoever. Yeah, the coral with yeah, any of them. You can mix and match, and you can create, and you can use this for kumihimo braids.
Yeah, well, I've used them here just to simply twist it together.
Is that all the colours?
That's not all the colours, just the same ones that were used in...
just a couple of the colours twisted together to create a very simple braid. And again, you fed the connector through. That's stunning. We had 124. They're not all going to hang around. They will sell out without shadow of a doubt. 420 metres, so that's less than 3p per metre. And do you know, it's funny. But the first time when I came back in September here at Jewellery Maker, and I was talking to sort of the management and the buying team, and they were saying to me, you know, talking to me about cords and things like that, and I was like, really? Eslon, right, okay, so why do our jewellery makers get so excited about this cord? I said that before I'd actually seen it, before I'd actually seen the quality of it and the beauty of it, and I'd kind of forgotten just how important these components actually are as features, not just as a function, but actually as features. I mean, you've really gone to town on this kit. I can tell you loved it.
I had so much fun with that kit. I really did enjoy it.
I can tell you loved it. I mean, look, I love this bracelet. Where you've got the pinks and the corals and the champagne alongside the rounds of your opals there. That's so beautiful, isn't it?
You can shade them out. Yeah, those opals were so nice.
Yeah.
Just love that subtle pink.
Again, this one here, if you just move, if you shimmy across again, just a couple of the sky apatites dotted in between. Lovely colour palette, isn't it?
Oh, I had so much fun.
Do I spot your earrings there in apatite?
Yes, it's just one of my favourite sort of designs, and the colour is just so beautiful together with the pearls, so I just had to recreate
They do
that.
look amazing, don't they? And of course, your micro macrame, I mean, what you're renowned for, Nadja, is this wonderful detailing that you're seeing across these pieces. So just going to show how you can actually create shape with micro macrame as well.
Yes, you can. I mean, create any sort of shape. If you have sort of a base shape that you can attach to, and even with the cords themselves, you can design various patterns and shapes with it. So,
So what have you used to actually have to create that sort of half moon, that crescent?
well, it's simply just a piece of wire. If I can show it across here.
Sorry.
That's
all right, we'll take it across to you. There we go.
Sorry.
No, it's all right, don't worry. It's all right, you can't see. So you've just used wire?
I've just used a piece of wire here to have a base to attach my cords onto, and then basically knotted rows of double half hitches. Again, it's just a simple one type of knot that then would create, the shape itself would then make that row come in a circle. So you wouldn't need to do anything special to create that. You would just knot those rows, add a pearl in between, and then you would come around and just simply attach the same cords that you started with at the end here, and simply recreate the same with the next row.
Absolutely. Fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. It's like a horizon. You can see the sun rising with that. And similarly, exactly the same context, I suppose, but in terms of attaching onto a shape with the other pendant. So what is it that you're going to be demonstrating for us?
That's pink bracelet over there.
Which one?
The furthest one.
This one here?
That one.
Oh, the one we first mentioned. So do you want me to bring this with me?
That'd be great.
Let's bring this over and go over to the lovely Nadja. So the first piece that I spotted, I'm so delighted that you're demonstrating. I mean, I love them all. They are all amazing. You're amazing, Nadja.
Oh, thank you.
So this wonderful piece, and just going to show those palettes, those pastel hues, which I know we've been talking about and saying it's going to be massive this year. It is going to be massive. I think I was sat at Christmas time, all the Christmas adverts come out, and the Debenhams advert where you've got them all in pastel colours and tones, the minty greens and the yellows and the peaches and the pinks, and they're all dancing, aren't they? I think they're meant to be rag dolls or something like that.
I've seen
I think that's going to be the summer colours. I think that's
it'd be so amazing. I love pastels. I'm
a pastel girl as well. I hope so, and I hope it makes its way into maternity colours, maternity clothes too, because otherwise I'm going to be gutted.
Well, you'll just make it a fashion, then you'll look great in it. So.
Now, I just need to give you a little bit of a heads up. These specific Eslons are usually £2.95. Really, £2.95 from us. They're usually £2.95 each. Not available on our website. Not available on our website. I can't believe they're that price.
I would get them now if I were you.
But
definitely get them. It's cheap.
You used to buy. Did you say Nadja used to buy Eslon elsewhere before Jewellery Maker actually stocked it? £10?
Well, just
with the postage and everything?
Yes, the other day I just had to buy 3 and I paid almost £16 for that with postage, so it was really quite expensive. I had to buy it elsewhere because it wasn't available.
It didn't have it available. It was probably squirreled away, scheduled for like a wedding show like this.
It was actually that exact colours, so probably.
Are you serious?
Yes. Was this one? Yeah.
Oh no! So you had to order it and then you got it in your kit.
Yeah.
That's typical, isn't it? And it's being offered to you today. This is the final 25. Over 100 of these have gone, so grab it whilst you can. Okay, so you're creating what looks like a triple row here.
Yeah. Can I just take it?
By all means.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to open it up and explain what I'm doing. All right, so what we're going to do, also again, this is a beginner's piece, all right? So
she keeps saying that.
But it is, it's very simple. So what we're going to start off with, it starts with a base of 3 rows of double half hitches, and then we're going to come down and create columns of square knots. And we're going to alternate the square knots and the beads in between, and that's basically it. That's how you would create that bracelet. So
you say it with as you know, to make it sound so simple, but yet you look at it and you think, gosh, that's so complex.
Well, that's the thing with macrame. You know, you use many different types of knots, not many, actually, just a few that create really amazing designs, and it's really simple to do. Once, as I said, I keep saying that once you get the basics down, you can really do so much, and it's actually really quite easy to do.
Okay, fantastic. Let's get started.
Right, okay, so I'm going to get a base cord.
And again, Nadja's using a thicker cord just for demonstrational purposes.
So these aren't very bridal, but
no, but it means that you can follow it at home a lot easier, because this what you get within this kit is the 0.4 gauge. It's easier for Nadja to show you with the bigger sizes, so you can actually
see
follow.
much better.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you would need for each of the colours. Okay, you would need 2 cords of about 1600 millimeters, so 160 centimeters. Okay, so you need 4 orchid.
Gosh, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, you would need, because it just depends how long you want it. Yeah, it probably was a 1600. You could go quite a bit longer than this. I always make bracelets for my wrist when I do this. So I've got quite narrow wrists, but if you wanted a bit longer, that length would also work for that. Yeah. And then you would need 2 core cords of about 60 centimeters. Okay, so that's the first one, and this core cord is going to be running along the top. So I'm just going to tuck this into my macrame board and anchor it nice and tight. It's quite important that it's nice and tight, otherwise the knots can kind of bunch up and look untidy. And then you're going to start with your first colour. In this case, I've used a lovely orange, very bright orange. And then you would loop that from underneath. You would fold it in half, obviously, first, and then loop the end with a loop underneath your core cord, bring the loop down towards you, and then feed the 2 loose ends through, like so.
Lovely. We're going to have to take these graphics out because they have sold out. We have got more Eslon coming up a little bit later on, but just so nobody's ringing through, we are going to have to take the graphics out for that. No surprises whatsoever.
Absolutely not. I would have bought some if I were at home.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, and then to spread out those 2 cords, they're quite close together. We want them spread out. So you would take the right hand cord and just loop it over your core cord once more, and then pull that tight. And repeat the same with the left hand. So you would loop it in a clockwise motion and over your core cord, pull that tight. And this is your first cord attached. And then you would take the next cord and attach that in the same manner. So you've got quite a few to attach. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to attach them and how to tie the row with just a few colours, and then I'm going to move on to one I've already done, just to save time.
Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, that looks fantastic. Wait till you see that. If you didn't catch it then.
All right, so I'm going to do the same thing again. So you would attach your working cords to your core.
What's that called? That knot where you literally slip it through?
That's a lark's head knot.
A lark's
it's
head
called
knot.
a lark's head knot. Yeah,
I'm not very good with that. I didn't go to Girl Guides.
I'm also not terribly good with knots, so.
No.
Well, yeah.
I went to Brownies, but you don't learn knots in Brownies, do you? Did you have Brownies? Did you go to Brownies?
What's Brownies?
Brownies, where you go as a little child, and we have Scouts and Beavers as well. You have, don't you? Where basically, as it's like a little group.
Okay.
Where you learn all things like this, and cooking
really?
and camping, and you get badges.
No, I don't know. My son went to Scouts.
Yes.
I didn't grow up here, so.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's the girls' version. And you do. Was that the Brownies? Yeah, I think that was the Brownies. You do this, and there's some kind of talk. And then you have a Scouts as well, don't you? Can't remember what that sign was. It was a long time ago, so I can't really remember.
All right, I wouldn't know. I don't think I ever had anything like that.
But you learnt all the names of these kind of knots?
You do. I mean, you educate yourself when you're first learning, and if you can on the internet. So now you've got a Jewellery Maker. You've got so many DVDs here that will teach you the knots, so you can learn really easily. You learn the knots eventually because you use them over and over again.
Yeah, exactly, I suppose. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So you've attached 2 different colours there.
Yeah, I'm not going to attach a third because it'll take time. Same process. I'm just going to show you how to tie the sort of first section. So you would then take a needle to get a nice crisp end, and it'll release the cord on the right. And we're just going to bring that back out towards the left, and then attach your working cords with right double half hitches, because we're knotting from right to left, so it's clockwise through the loop, and then pull tight first half of the knot and repeat to create the second half. I'm just going to do it one more time slowly, so it's clockwise motion through the loop and pull tight, and then simply repeat, and that will then complete a full right double half hitch. I call it a right double half hitch because the cord comes out towards the right and we're knotting from right to left. It always helps because, as I said before, I used to get confused with that when I first started, and it can get confusing if you're trying to tie a left double half hitch when you're knotting from right to left. It doesn't work.
So there is hints in the names?
That's it. That's what I use it for, because it really helps, you know, with the process and which direction you're actually knotting. There's
less than 20 left of the gemstone kit now, so that's, and the Eslon is all gone, so very, very popular. You've inspired lots of people to make these fantastic creatures.
The price is amazing for that cord.
I've got no idea, Nadja, where the creatures came from.
Right, creatures.
Pieces? Honestly.
Oh, creatures.
I meant to say pieces, but I said creatures.
Maybe it looks like a squid.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like a squid at all. It's me. It's me. Honestly, I just keep coming out with random things, Nadja. So it's on the verge of selling out. Sorry about that. Creatures. Sorry.
It's okay. Sometimes we like to create creatures.
Well, yes, that's true. I like creatures. Just when it's in the right context in a sentence and everything. So you've progressed all the way along.
Yeah, so you would create a third row. So it's exactly the same, except that now these are left double half hitches because we're knotting from left to right.
So you swap sides.
Swap sides. Your core cord is in your right and your working cord in your left. Okay. And you would go anti-clockwise over that core cord, pull through the loop, and pull tight.
Now you can see why your core cord needs to have that length, because it is effectively zigzagging, isn't it?
It is, and you always need to have a good, you know, often you have an extra length just so that you have a good grip on your cord. It's quite, I mean, you know how many times I've been knotting and I had to try and knot. It's
little
awful,
tiny ones, yeah, I bet that's really frustrating. And you'd hate to sort of progress with this and it'd only be like that much, wouldn't you?
That's it, and then you're stuck and you have to try and figure out a way to fill some in, which you can. It's not difficult, but it's always good to have an extra length, you know, if you think you've got enough.
Especially at that price.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially at that price.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, whilst Nadja goes across the other way, doing the laugh. I do.
It's the tea or something.
Amelia, what'd you put in my tea?
No.
Amelia, did you put something in my tea? She's not owning up to this. It's not Amelia, it's me. It is totally me. I'm really concerned by the fact I can't construct a sentence just lately. I'm so sorry. Whilst you continue from the left to the right, doing your
Macramé.
well,
knots.
double half hitches. Double half
yeah.
hitches, there we go. Let's bring you this opportunity. I'm so sorry. It is your knotting tool. I bet Lucy didn't suffer with this problem. Oh, she did? That's all right then.
Oh, I did too.
Did you?
Oh, yes.
What?
And it hasn't stopped, so...
Why can't, is it... Like, I was talking and I had to repeat the same sentence 3 times last night to Tom. And he was like, every time going, what are you talking about? Actually, that was a perfectly worded sentence. It wasn't even jumbled up. But he still didn't understand what I was talking about.
Don't worry, that happened to me as well. It's awful. And for me, anyway, it didn't get better after I had my children.
Oh, gosh.
So.
That's a bit of a worry, considering my job. It's a bit of a concern. Now, your knotting tools, great to use with the Eslon, aren't they?
Oh, it's good. I haven't actually ever used one, but I would love to try. So I'm sure this would work so well for pearl knotting. And,
yes. Well, any knotting, to be honest. It doesn't have to be just your pearls, anything whatsoever.
Anything, yeah.
It basically shimmies that knot right the way up close to the actual gemstone itself, so you don't get that, well, the gem or the round or the pearl, whichever it is, sliding up against the actual cord itself, which obviously over a lot of time is going to gradually wear those fibres down. It is also one of the most classic and traditional forms of wearing and commissioning pieces of jewellery, and you can pay fortunes for it. The whole nature of knotting tools, and actually Fleur was asking me, because Fleur's actually started a workshop with gemstone knotting, and she was asking me the other day, Eleanor, when I was in the jewellers, how much did they used to charge for knotting, whether they be pearls or otherwise? And I was, gosh, I'm going back some years, but it was certainly in excess of £50. And there was one lady who did it, and you would wait months. Months and months and months for her to do it, and she didn't have a tool like this. She used to do it by hand,
and that takes so long.
It does take a long time, and it would take and she would be inundated as well with, there'd be a backlog of, and that's all she did, was literally knot pearls and knot gemstones. All she did every single day. Like it's a lot of money. You'd pay a lot of money to actually have your gemstones knotted elsewhere. So fantastic tool. Even if you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, I've got something which needs restranding, which maybe the pearls are moving ever so slightly, then you can do it yourself, because you will pay a premium for actually taking it to a jeweller's. And of course, you don't get the fun out of it. Here's a little demonstration for you. So how the actual knotting tool works. This is using Eslon or something very similar. Just for demonstrational purposes. Again, it's quite a thick cord, so you do yourself a little loop, and you can see the gemstone is on there. You can see there is sort of kind of like a V, I suppose, which is great for basically butting it up right up against the knot up against the cord itself.
It's so satisfying when you get a tight knot like that.
It is, because it's very difficult to do that.
Very hard. I mean, I often use a needle because I don't have one of those, and it just don't butt up the way they should.
Yeah, you can really see, giving it some welly there we go. And the knot is right up secure, nice and secure. And it's that V that's really pushing it up. So fantastic tool. Perfect. There we go. There's a demonstration, but that'll be very difficult to actually do without this tool. Let's bring that price tag in. £8.95. It's going to save you a lot of time. And if you're thinking, hang on a minute, I just missed that tutorial, go onto our website. It'll be on there, all the W's at JewelleryMaker.com, or alternatively YouTube. You might see some tutorials on there also. We've got loads and loads of step-by-step tutorials on Jewellery Maker, so never think, oh, I don't know how to do this. Just have a little look on JewelleryMaker.com, or contact Fleur via Facebook. Again, there's lots of guest designers who are always at hand, and yourself, Nadja, who can always give advice. $8.95 only. Again, it's one of the most traditional styles, isn't it? Just restranding some gemstones.
Oh, I love just simply knotted strands of gemstones. I just really like that.
Yeah, and me. Victoria in Cheshire, hello to you, my lovely. Elena, you are making me chuckle this morning. I've got one of these tools, and they're fab, especially with the dexterity issues. Really good point. Thank you, Victoria. Well, I'm not actually deliberately trying to be funny. It's just, unfortunately, I just seem to be talking absolute gobbledygook. Anyway, yes, fantastic for dexterity issues, Victoria. I agree. You know, my mum, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying, she's got arthritis in her hand, and she's left-handed as well. So she often struggles with sort of just, you know, tin openers and things like that. It comes from when she sort of fell quite a few years back, and it's just progressively got worse, especially in this kind of weather when it's a little bit colder and all of our joints are a little bit stiffened, aren't they? It is a nice tool for that, because to actually be able to sort of, but I struggle, and I've got nothing, my dexterity is good, but I struggle to get a cord right up close. I'm still practicing my knotting technique. I've got this tool now, but I'm still practicing it, just because I've got the quality of the pearls that we bring here at Jewellery Maker. I really want to make sure that mine look amazing, and this is the gadget that you need to do that. So $8.95 only. Well done to every single one of you. Now, have you gone back your other way?
I have, yeah. So I've created the last row that we were going to tie, and I'm just going to move on to the section where I have actually used 3 colours. I'm going to remove that. It's exactly the same, just that I have actually tied 3 rows. I'm just going to tuck the core cord back into the macramé board, just to keep it nice and tight. If it doesn't reach, you can always just use your T-pins to keep that in place, so you can see. Can you? Yeah. All right, so the next section, I'm just going to show you on the bracelet, would be to actually create 3 different rows of square knots. That's a very simple technique, a beginner's technique, as I've said as well.
I love that you've just literally stabbed that macramé board with your T-pin very aggressively there as well, Nadja.
It becomes just second nature. You don't even think about it anymore. You just do it. People must think I'm angry or something.
It's like, oh, I've never seen quite an assertive stabbing of the T-pin.
Anyway, I'm just going to take it out again.
Yeah.
All right, tuck it away. Okay, so, and to tie a square knot, now I actually made it silly and I put it up too high and I can't tuck the cord, so apologies, I'm just going to shift this down.
That's okay, live television, that's all right, not a problem.
Because I can't actually tuck my cords
It's an
away.
excuse really, because you want to then assertively stab that macramé board again.
You caught me. Right, okay. So now I got it, and I can actually
you can tuck your cords away.
My cords away. So I'm going to tuck the ones we're not working with. I'm going to lift this up, and sometimes you have to use a bit of force if you've got many cords, and that cord's quite thick, so, but they all fit in the teeth on the side. And to create a square knot, we're going to use the 2 center cords. We've got 4 cords for each color. Okay, so this is going to be our core cords. I'm just going to shift over a little bit, and you would tuck those core cords into your board to make sure they're nice and tight as well. And to create a square knot, you would simply take your left cord, fold it over in the shape of a 4, and then take the right cord and feed everything from underneath and bring the loose end out towards the left. And that's the first half created. Now, if you were tying a spiral knot, you would continue with the same sort of process, but because this is a square knot, we don't want it to twist. Yeah. We just want to have a flat sort of design. You would take the right hand cord, and a little tip is to, if you've forgotten which side you're going to have to do, I'm just going to do one to show you first. It's a 4 in reverse, and then the left hand cord will come from underneath everything and then through the loop, and this will then create a square knot. And then you would just start again, so it would be a 4 through from underneath, and then you'd pull tight. And now if you, let's say the phone rings and you need to answer the door or something, and you come back and you've forgotten which side you've done, it's always helpful to have a look at your design. You see the cord, the side that has got the sort of bow on it is the one that you need to knot. So in this case, it would be a reverse 4.
Top tip, because that does happen.
Yeah, all the time.
Does happen, yeah.
And then
somebody knocks at the door.
That's it. And then you would just come back, and now you can see that there's a little loop on the left, so that means that the left-hand cord has to come over. And you would carry on with this until you have tied about 5. And also, where's it gone now? There we go. So you would do the same for all of the other colours. Now I've done one.
And you've progressed with 5 of those square knots?
Yes, I have already made a section, otherwise it might run out of time. So, as I said, you would just repeat 5 knots on each colour of those. There's always 2 sides. There's one on the left and one on the right for each knot, okay? And then you would do the same with all the other colours.
Okay. And this is what it looks like when you progress to 5.
There we go.
I love this colour combination as well of the cords. Yeah, I think it's a really nice colour combination.
Very vivid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so.
Whilst Nadja's actually securing that, because again, the knotting tool is hugely popular. I've not seen this matrix box before. Have you, Nadja?
No,
I've not seen it. It's the
storage as well.
It's for macrame.
Wow,
it is a macrame matrix box. Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Wow, what's in it?
Let's open up. You've got 3 different colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different components in the 3 different colours, as you can see. The storage box alone, as I said. As you said, sorry, Nadja, 100 pieces that you are getting. So let's get a couple of these components out. It includes chain, loads of gorgeous chain. Show you that it's quite an open link, and you've got that in the rose gold and also in the yellow gold. Then you've got...
Oh, these are perfect.
Amazing for your macrame, aren't they?
Perfect for clamping down your cord ends.
Yeah.
I love
There's your
using
extenders and also your ribbon ends. And again, you've got it the yellow gold and the rose gold. There's your gorgeous toggle clasps. Look at those. Get 2 of them. Well, actually 6 in the different colours. Then you've got extenders with a slightly different.
And these are bigger, aren't they?
Slightly bigger, yeah. And you can see a bigger S hook at the top there.
Oh, these are fab.
Fantastic. Then you've got 4 of your, I won't get those out, but there's 4 very large, or actually better had, so you can actually see them better. I thought you'd be able to see them in the box, but you can't. There's a big, sizable lobster claw there. Again, in all your, in your 3 different colours. You've got more of your extenders. It's a photo of everything just here. More of your extended again. This is a slightly different length and a slightly different design. And also you've got your jump rings there. So 100 pieces approximately in the 3 different tones, which is great because you can tailor it to your cords. It doesn't have to be macrame. You can use it for anything really, but it is designed for your macrame specifically. Limited though, limited edition. I've never seen it previously. Should be £34.95. Massive price drop coming your way. Almost half price.
Oh, you never have enough findings as well. That's an amazing price.
Do you know, I can actually hear the disappointment in your voice then, Nadja. You're like, as if to say, I want to get this. I can actually hear it in your voice there, the frustration of, I want to buy it, and you never have enough findings. You can hear that pain.
I do.
I know it is kind of for you and our guest designers. You know, it's one of those rock in a hard place. You know, you're here for a very specific show in a specific medium, and it does mean that our products are tailored around that medium. But it also means you miss out.
You do, but then again, you get to see all of the beautiful gemstones and things you get.
That's true. I love your positivity. See, glass is half full.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So you've got almost 50% price reduction here. I've not seen this findings kit before.
I haven't either at all.
Love it. I love it. And then you've got that classic trio. I'll leave that with you because we're going to... sorry, Nadja, I had to interrupt you there a second, but I want to see how these progress. So you've gone down the 5 square knots.
Yes, I have. So now what will happen is we're going to have to actually move on to the section where we are knotting the 2 colours together. Okay, so what you would do, you would have created your 3 rows of the same colour, and you would then move on to take 1 cord of each as the core cord, All right, and then tuck that into your board. Can you see it? Sorry. And these would be your core cords. So you take an orange one in this color and a blue one, and you would knot a row of square half hitches, same way again. So you'd make a 4. I'm just going to try and tuck this out of the way so that you don't get confused by all of the cords. There we go, that's better. Bring this together. And again, as before, you would tie just a square knot, 5 rows of square knots. So you would loop that one end underneath your core cords like so, pull everything through, and pull that together. And this would then just tie those 2 rows together, and you would then come back from the other side and tie that in reverse. So that's 1, and you're going to do 5 of those. So I'm just going to carry on knotting quickly. See if I can get, I'm probably going to just do 2 or 3 rows so that you don't have to watch me knotting the whole 5 knots. So this is now 3 knots created with the blue and the orange cord, and these are the 2 combined. Okay, so you'd set those aside, you'd do 5 of those. I'm just going to stick with 3, and then move on to the next set. So you would again take the 2 outmost cords you've used to attach those together, and just tuck them into your macramé board. Just release all of the cords that are from the left hand side and move them out of the way, and take the green and the blue outmost cords and attach them to your macramé board, and then take one of the center cords again, and this will then be our working cords, and we're going to create another square knot. It's the same procedure. As I said, it's very repetitive. You do exactly the same thing over and over again, and you would just loop that underneath. Sorry, I'm just going to dab my nose.
Oh, bless you. No, not a problem. I tell you what, whilst Nadja, you're all right, my darling. If you want to, we'll just take Nadja's mic out for 1 second. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, she's okay. No, don't apologise. It's all right. Sometimes you gotta have a little sniffle.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Right.
cold out there. It's snowing.
Right, so then you would just repeat the same procedure, and you can see how the colours now combine, and this kind of creates that sort of shading effect within. Now, I've only used 3 colours. If you have a look at the bracelet here, you could incorporate all of the colours from the kit in that, and that would look just amazing. So,
And when you actually look at your bracelet, right next to it, you can actually see where you are at.
Yes.
In terms of, you're right here, aren't you? You're bringing those 3 colours together, and then you're going to progress down like so.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just going to tie all the 3 knots here as well, just so that the sides are equal, and then I'm going to show you how to work in the beads.
Okay.
Sorry, just trying to pull this in. Now the cord is shifting. See, I didn't attach it correctly to my board, so it's coming up, and that's not useful.
Pull it tight again.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the teeth of the macramé board to make sure it doesn't shift again. And this is the second. Sometimes it can be quite repetitive, but that's the fun of it, because you can just see how it builds. And that's the easy thing about macramé, because it's just one single knot we're using throughout the whole design, and you would just keep coming back and do exactly the same.
I imagine that macramé, well, the knots certainly, because it is so much repetition, and I don't know about you, but I'm one of those that learns by repetition. You know, I can't read a book and retain that information.
You need to do.
I need to actually, I have to actually do it, or even speak it. Do you know what I mean? That's how something actually digests in my brain. So I imagine with macramé, because you're doing it repeatedly, in this design, for example, you're going to remember that knot, aren't you?
Well, exactly, and that's what the beauty about macramé is, because the knots are so repetitive, you just get used to it so quickly, and then you can create your own pieces in no time.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to show you how to add in the beads. Okay, so you would set aside you've got 4 cords of the same color on the left here, and you would just set aside the 2 in the center. Okay, we're not going to be using those for now. And we're going to take the outmost cord, and for this I've just used some wooden beads, so because they're nice and big, They would
Again,
thread
it's just
onto
for
that cord.
demonstration,
Demos,
that's all.
yeah. So it's just for demo purposes.
On your bracelet, you've used the round opals.
Yes, that's right. So you would actually add one more of your, and I have to say that this comes from the findings pack as well, the beads that you can see, the silver beads.
Yeah.
They were in the findings pack. So,
Okay, lovely. So you've used the spacers.
the spaces, yeah, as decorations in between. So you would attach all of those beads on the outmost cord. And
All at the same time?
all at the same time.
Okay.
And then, as before, you would just create, now you're back to the original position, of being on the left outmost. And you do exactly the same. From now on, it's just repetition. So you would tie a square knot just to feed. Obviously, they don't sit properly because I didn't do the right lengths. But if you had tied 5 knots here, they would exactly
Take themselves
fit.
all the way down.
You would have to, you know, test the beads to see if they fit nicely within the space that you have tied the square knots. I mean, you could add an extra knot in or take one out, entirely up to you.
Okay.
You could also just have it bow out a little bit, and you could just bring that up and have it sit like so.
Oh,
So,
yeah. It's all what you're looking for.
Yeah. And I'm just going to try and attach those. Left double half hitch. Sorry, what am I talking about? This is a square. No, see, it's not just you.
It's catching! It's catching! Oh no! See, if I come anywhere near you, any bodily contact, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
You've
dear.
scuppered.
Right. Right. There we go. So then obviously they don't sit right now because I didn't tie a long enough row, but that's basically it. And then on the center you would just come back, use the 4 blue cords to carry on. And do we have time to...
We got 2 minutes?
2 minutes, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. And to get to the end, what you would do, okay, this is a fiddly bit. So I'm just going to, you would need the other core cord that we have used earlier. Okay, I'm just going to release this. I'm going to show you how to start.
So imagine this is on the end.
Yeah, imagine this is on the end, and you would take that core cord and attach it to your macrame board, and nice and tight. It's quite important that it's nice and tight and doesn't shift around. And you would simply tie a row of double half hitches. You would start with the outmost cord. Now this is the most fiddliest bit, okay? You would take that and attach it to your core cord with a left double half hitch. Don't know if you can see all of that. Just shift the cords away. It's quite a lot of cords. So you would just attach that with a left double half hitch, like so. And repeat that. And pull it tight.
Just wondering, could you number your cords?
You can't really number the cords because as you knot them, they shift position. You could number the position. You could have position 1, 2, 3, 4. But the cords just, you know, as you see here, the blue one from the center has moved out to where
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, you can.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's all right. And then you would just attach with a left double half hitch and pull tight. Obviously, you would make sure that they're nicely butted up to the knots, and then you would just repeat that with the next cord in line. Once you've tied the first knot, the second one is always a lot easier. And that's how you would create a row, and then just simply carry on attaching all of the cords following. Sorry, there's so many cords here at the moment, so I hope you can see. And then you would just carry on to attach the final cords, and that's all you would do, and then just cut them off at the end.
Fantastic, as always, amazing demonstrations and amazing pieces, Nadja. Again, do have a look at our Facebook page if you want to see further pictures of Nadja's designs. I think the kits have all sold out, or certainly the Eslon did, and I think there might be, if anything, there's 1 or 2 of the gemstones. So well done to every single one of you. Do keep those pictures coming in, especially to the Wall of Fame of your macrame, because it's so nice to hear. And your name was mentioned the other morning as well, like inspiration from Nadja, which I love that. A real testament to the demonstrations and the quality of your pieces. More from Nadja though throughout the course of the morning. I've got you till 12 o'clock today. So we've got another hour of her. I'm about to bring you, I think, and I'm not 100% sure, but certainly in on my watch, if you like, for want of a better expression, I've never brought you this gemstone here at Jewellery Maker. It is your wonderful sphene, one of the most dispersive gemstones on the entire planet. That's coming up as a massive star buy. If you've never seen sphene, it's a very, very, very distinctive gemstone, certainly rarity, oh gosh, and one for collectors, connoisseurs, and gemologists across the entirety. Coming your way as a star buy, we've got more brand new ins also and more amazing bundles, so don't go anywhere.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker have a special offer running on our workshops. If you book yourself on 4 workshops, you'll receive £50 off. We have a variety of courses to choose from beginner to advanced, covering a wide selection of mediums. This is a limited offer until the end of February, so book your places now to avoid disappointment. Join Mark Smith as he introduces you to the incredible world of macrame. In this DVD, Mark guides you along step by step into all the techniques you will need to get started for some fabulous new designs. This includes the tools of the trade, getting started, incorporating beads, finishing touches, and finally learn how to create the beautiful goddess bracelet. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Or alternatively, you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Aquamarine is known as the gem of the sea. Its beautiful blue hues represents the stunning colours of the ocean. It's a member of the beryl family and is closely related to emeralds and morganites. Brazil has been a major supplier for aquamarine. Nowadays we find some beautiful pieces from Zambia, Nigeria, Madagascar and Mozambique.
Welcome everybody, so nice to have your company and what an opportunity this is. Now I can't say for certain whether you've absolutely seen sphene here before at Jewellery Maker, but I've never been able to bring it to you, and in speaking to the management here in the studios and my fellow crew members, none of us have been able to bring it to you previously before. If you go on our own website as well, there is no other sphene available. So what is this gemstone? Firstly, it doesn't belong to a family. It is a gemstone in its own individual right, and it is astonishingly rare. Now, as with all gems, there are various different levels of quality. The best quality, the most sought after, the most valued is a very intense yellowish green, and you've definitely got that in this gorgeous strand. Now, just to do what I say, call the housekeeping first, we've got 54 of these available, and I can guarantee it to you at under £50. Now, previous experiences of this gemstone, collections. I've seen it in collection showcases which tend to be more semi-annual than a monthly basis. Very rare because of how sought after this gemstone is. I certainly would put it in, you know, sort of your Paraiba. It's like us bringing you like an hour of Paraiba tourmaline, or an hour of let me see, Indicolite, or an hour of paparazzi sapphire. It is astonishingly rare. What does a sphene look like? Because we were talking, and again, Nadja was saying I wasn't quite sure what this gemstone was, because it's not one which you'll see in every single jewellery establishment. It is one for your absolute collectors and connoisseurs. So if you've never heard of sphene before, allow me to introduce you to it, and certainly to recommend it highly. It is way more dispersive than any diamond, so you will see so much fire. I mean, its refractive index is similar to that of a zircon, with a colour as well. So if you can imagine that, it is way more dispersive, as I said, than a diamond. So you'll see a really amazing spectrum of colour: the reds, the oranges, the yellows, the blues. I'm not talking about the main body colour. I'm talking about this gemstone's scintillation ability. Now, it is. Its formation itself actually has got a very obscure, let me show it to you, I can't wait any longer, has got quite an obscure formation, and that is actually one of the reasons why sphene is called what it is, because it stems back from the Greek word of sphene, which means wedge, and as I said, alludes to the way that this gemstone actually forms. You can see that dispersion, can't you? Can you see that incredible brilliance? It's got an aroma behind it, almost an aroma of sort of spicy tones, an aroma of colour. And when you actually get this out, well, when you actually have it in your hand, when it arrives on your doorstep, and if it is the first experience of this wonderful gemstone, you will see an absolute symphony of almost firework displays. Only 54 of these are available in the world. But just to quote again off a very reputable source, you can find information on the World Wide Web, that the most desirable colours of sphene, and it does come in sort of browns, you can have different hues basically. The most desirable is the greenish yellow, and you've got that exact colour just here. I mean, some of them are just absolute, well, they're all on point, absolutely on point. You've got beautiful apple greens here. I'm so excited for the collectors that are already they've already made those confirmations. Big sizable sphenes, and again, do comparisons. I encourage you, I want you to look at sphene elsewhere. I want you to see the price that it can be. I want you to see the fact that it's always, well, I can't say always, 9 times out of 10 set into gold. I want you to see the prices, and it tends to be 4 figures and then some. I want you to see the calibre and grade of jewellers or gemstone trader that does bring you opportunities in this gemstone. And then the reason why I'm suggesting that is because Jewellery Maker as a customer, as a business, we can be immensely proud that we're sourcing it as well from here. Now, obviously no reflection of the true value or worth. I've never brought it to you. I don't think, to our recollection, I don't think any other... Oh, look, soft, even out of focus, look at that gorgeous sparkle. I don't know if any other of my hosts have had the privilege and honour. So on that basis, this could be the first introduction of this beautiful gemstone. Like a really shiny opal. Absolutely, it is. I can see that. Almost the play of colour is bringing you that dispersion. I can see where you're coming from there. Have you ever seen one before, Nadja?
No, not at all. I was actually looking at it earlier, and I didn't really know what it was, because the green is so different from your peridot, and what I really like about that is the sort of you know, different colours you get within.
Yeah.
It's just all of the yellowish sort of tint is stunning.
It does kind of remind you of sort of Guy Fawkes night, doesn't it? Or sort of, you know, the celebrations where you have got sort of fireworks going off, because that dispersion kind of, it brings you pops of colour. So you'll have your reds, your oranges, your yellows, your blues, and it moves and migrates almost. It's just a fantastically visual gemstone and very, very intense. Now, can I just say, we had 54. Kimbo, how are we looking on quantity? We need to, it's Sphene, set in platinum ring, 14,000. Yeah, thank you, Samantha. It is a very rare gemstone. It's like me bringing you right now a strand of Paraiba tourmaline. It's like me bringing you a strand of Papradacha sapphire. It's like me bringing you a strand of Alexandrite, which I don't know if any of those have happened previously before. I certainly haven't been able to bring it to you. It is a very considered gemstone. That's why I said connoisseurs, gemologists. It's a museum gemstone without shadow of a doubt. And like I said, greater dispersion than any diamond rather, more fire than you could possibly imagine, and exceptional pleochroism. Well done to those of you who've already guaranteed success. It will sell out. It's just a matter of moments, because I've got over 40 of you with it in your basket, and by the way, well over that have already made their confirmations. Can I just say from the bottom of my heart, Sheila, Chantal, Jennifer, Linda, Zoe, Marion, Judy, Gail, Andrina, another Mariam, County Durham, Sharon, Tracy, Stella, hello to you, Helen, and Chris, Peter, Yorkshire, Leslie, and Louise. Massive heartfelt congratulations, you have been successful. We've got no other sphene available here at Jewellery Maker. Not a single strand, nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't know if we'll even be able to bring it to you again, because as I said, my own experiences of this gemstone was that I can count on one hand being able to bring you sphene. Same as a Papradacha sapphire. The occasions that I've been able to bring this gemstone, I can count on one hand. Not here at Jewellery Maker, I'm talking in my career. Exceedingly rare. Tracy in Dorset got mine. My all-time favourite gemstone. Wow, what an amazing gem to have as your favourite. Thank you, JM, for bringing this to us. I'll pass that on, Tracy. It is incredible. And wait till you get it home. Wait till you get it home. It's going to sell out. Congratulations. Congratulations.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Mm.
I just think we have just taken, I'm not just going to talk about Jewellery Maker here, everybody's collection to a whole other level. This weekend, can I just say we've covered some of the rarest gemstones. We've had Zavarite garnet, we had Andalusite, Sphene. This weekend is huge. A 25 carat Tanzanite. I don't think, oh, gosh, that's incredible. Neon Apatite coming up later on. Oh, I know, it's a huge weekend. Okay, moving on. Should we bring you some more Eslon cord on the back of the sellouts last? Though these are more, oh gosh, they were more pastel-y tones, the last ones. These are all your colours, your big bright colours, rainbow colours. Gosh, how many have you got? 7 in total. Look at these. Nadja, I'll say sorry now. You know, I doubt.
And I'm already looking.
I doubt. I could kind of feel you looking. We've only got 100, lovely.
The beautiful colours. Look at that red.
I know, the red is amazing, isn't it? That is literally pillar box red, isn't it?
Yeah, stunning.
Incredible. Then you've got that beautiful golden tone. Then you've got more of a peridot green, a very definite sort of sapphire blue. These are not available on our website, by the way. You can't buy these on our website, so it's now basically in this bundle. You've got wonderful colours from your Shanghai red to your royal blue orchid. Then you've got light orchid, gold, chartreuse, avocado. I'm not going to spend time singling out which one's which. I guess that's the avocado, I'm guessing, and that's the chartreuse. However, what's most important is what they actually look like, not their names, and the fact that there's 70 metres on each of these. They're the 0.4mm gauge, and you get 7 in total, 7 different colour spectrums, and there's 100 available. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. The first Eslon bundle that we brought you sold out entirely. You've got one extra reel that on the back of the kit bundle earlier on, which was more your pastel palettes. So you know how competitive our prices are. You know just how affordable our Eslon is. You know how hard our buying team actually worked to bring you such an array of colours, I suppose. And every day I seem to, well, every time I bring Eslon cord, there seems to be new tones within there. So
no, it's amazing.
beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Totaling 490 metres of your cord, £15.95. I mean, Nadja, how many pieces of jewellery? It's hard to answer, but how many pieces of jewellery can you create from all of this?
A lot. Really, probably, I can't even put an amount to it, but a lot. I mean, there's about 40 metres or 70 metres in each roll.
70 metres on each roll?
I'm not sure. I don't want to say something wrong, but I think that's about right, is it? So you'd be able to, I mean, I've still got all of these left
from your first
from
kit,
the kit, and I have hardly touched anything. Yeah.
So say a simple macramé bracelet.
All right, like the one that we've done, which had quite a lot of cords in it. You probably use about 1.5 metres times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1.5 metres times 6, which is 6 metres.
Well, 6 metres plus the halves, I can't even work that out. 9 metres, yeah.
So imagine, that's a whole bracelet.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, there's a lot here, and you don't need a whole lot to create that bracelet. Right. Susan in Shropshire, Christmas, spring, summer, autumn colours. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. Perfect for coming spring. And you know what else would look really nice? So probably not the moonstone we had earlier with the red Shanghai.
That would be incredible, yes. You can just see that flash of red coming through. I mean, if you think about the sphene that you've just seen, the gold and those 2 greens, yeah, it would look absolutely incredible. I've got some amazing sapphire, neon apatite would look incredible with the blues, or really contrast it with one of the greens or the reds even. Fantastic. I mean, I love the fact that the fashions, not just in jewellery, but also in clothing and interior design, is about colour now. At one point, I think we were almost frightened of it, weren't we? Using colour. I love the fact that you're seeing big, bold statements within interior design, and the same with your cords. Obviously, that's going to just go part and parcel. But it will sell out. There was 100. There was 100, and there's... Oh, we're oversubscribed. So well done, well done. Moving on. On the back of all of those cords and the first kit, how do you finish one of your cords? You did show us there some tying techniques, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
But what about if you do kumihimo specifically? So you've got the end, do you know what I mean? Where you've got all of those gathering cords, I guess. How do you finish that off neatly? I don't think there's a single other way other than these bell caps.
Yeah, they're perfect for that.
They are perfect, aren't they? And you'd use a secure glue. What kind of glue would you suggest?
The E6000 works well.
E6000.
Yeah. The hypercement is more for knots to glue the knots in the cord ends, and your hypercement is really strong, so once you have it set, it really won't come off. So
okay, so use your hypercement.
Sorry, the E6000. I'm just contradicting myself here.
We know what you mean. We know what you mean. So you use your E6000
for the bell caps.
For the bell caps. Yeah. And you have got the different sizes there in accordance to the size of your braid. 40 pieces in total. Now, like I said, they're designated for kumihimo, but there's nothing stopping you using them with macramé or any of the other threading techniques, if you like, or a simple braid.
Oh, that's right. I mean, often you finish off a bracelet with a spiral knot, and that would work well with one of those caps as well.
I like these actually as at the top of a tassel. They look lovely as a tassel.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, that's right. I think you could even glue chain in there and then hang gemstones off that as well. Yeah,
suspend them. I think that maybe a lariat style necklace. Now, it should be coming your way at £6.95, which is super affordable for 40 pieces approximately. Not £6.95 today. Never ever has this been this low before. It's never ever been at that price point, but it is a big weekend. Like I said, it is the wedding fair show, so it is all about grabbing the best possible opportunities. Again, I love those little bell caps because I think they could be anything. You could transform them into little handbag charms. You could turn them into some little wine glass charms.
You could
earrings.
And it's so nice that you have different sizes because you don't always want to have the same thickness of neck piece or bracelet. So it's great.
So you do get the four, 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes of your little bell caps, and they do look like little bells, don't they? Which is lovely, really
yes,
nice.
They do.
Well done. Stay where you are. Check out though. I can't stress. Have we got quantity of these, Kimbo? No. It's going to be a sellout, so make sure you check it out your basket. Well done, everybody. Moving on to. I put them in the wrong place there. Oh, all of these DVDs in the hemp cord. Do you use much hemp cord with your macramé?
I think the cord that I've used is sort of similar to hemp for demonstrations when I've used it. I haven't really used it that much because I prefer to work with Eslon, but it's a perfect beginner's cord.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is a little bit more rustic. A little bit more natural, I suppose. It's not trying to be very polished and lustrous and shiny. It is sort of more organic, I suppose. Like I said, rustic is probably the best way of describing it. I love a hemp cord. I think it really creates, especially with certain gemstones which have got a sort of frosted, exterior. I think this looks lovely with. You're getting the 2 different sizes, 0.5 and also the 1mm gauge in all of the different colours, black. Then you've got more of a chocolate brown, then you've got the cream and also the natural. But you also get within 2 DVDs. And again, if you've got these, not a problem, we will always swap them for you. If you come to the studios, we'll swap those DVDs. They're approximately an hour's long and they cover multiple tutorials. Now there's 2 different DVDs. One which is your macrame projects. That includes your introduction. You've got the distinctive luxury. Then you've got the rings of satin, which is actually on the front, the Disco Diva, the Decorative Nouveau and the Cavandoli knotting, which if you're thinking I've just literally spoke another language to you, these are all types of not pasta, Ryan. They're not types of pasta. That would be, I tell you what, I'd buy rings of satin pasta though, wouldn't you? That sounds amazing. Cavandoli does sound like a type of pizza.
I was about to say, calzone or whatever
yeah,
it's called.
It does sound like a nice folded pizza, doesn't it? Pizza. Oh, I've done it again. I've done it again. I've gone off on the food tangent. Yeah, they are actually types of macrame knots. So an hour long with your macrame projects. Then you've also got your bridal macrame, edition 1. Now, this I haven't actually had the chance of watching as of yet. It's with Mark. Both of these are with Mark. And we are, yes, pushing Nadja when you've got to do a DVD.
Well, there's one in the pipeline after. You mentioned it the last time.
So all of those conversations and blatant insistence last time you were on air with me.
Yes, it's going to happen. I think there's also a workshop happening, so
good.
This is already on the website.
See, told you I got your back. Told you.
Yeah, you
told
did.
You. I was like, after the show, I was like, right, Nadja, get yourself upstairs.
I actually had a call after, or the gallery had a call to ask me upstairs, but I had to rush off to catch the train, so I couldn't really discuss anything. So.
But it is in discussion, so fantastic. Anyway, back to, so there we go. Let's bring the prices in for these wonderful DVDs. You've got your daisy chain hair combs, your graduated herringbone earrings, your scalloped beaded technique, triple row beaded bracelet and the cavandoli. So 2 hours of DVD tutorials and all of these wonderful hemp cords in the different sizes should be £15.80. £5.
That's worth it.
80.
Yes, definitely.
There's not a lot I can say about that, really, is there?
It really is a great deal.
£5.80. I mean, you'd expect that. You know, if you go into one of your very well-known crafty hobby places, you know those shops. and you were to buy a metre of certain cord,
Oh, you probably spend that and more.
yeah, for a metre, for 1 metre. These on your hemp cord, you've got, there's 4 of each colour on each of those. Four colours, sorry, 9 metres, what am I talking about? There's 9 metres of each colour. I can't get my head around this again. I'm really struggling with it. 9 metres, 9 metres, 9 metres, 9 metres. And the same here, 9 metres, 9 metres, 9 metres. Do you get it? You get the general gist, yeah. Wow, it's going to be a sellout, isn't it? And also your DVDs.
Yeah.
Our DVDs alone retail at £4.95, which I think is super in terms of its price point. Yeah, a lot of work goes into a DVD, and a lot of inspiration. And you think you're basically, essentially, you're kind of inviting one of our guest designers into the comfort of your own homes. You can stop and start at your own speed. Fantastic, going to be a sellout once again. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Moving on to. Oh, hang on a minute. I just have to spin this round. Oh. These are incredible.
Oh, pearls.
There are less than 50 of these in stock. The most exquisite, elegant white pearls. Just a beautiful shape. 5x4. Very wearable, aren't they? I mean, they're not too big, not too small. They're fabulous, aren't they? They're absolute. This to me is the very essence of bridal jewellery.
Absolutely, and the shine you can see from here.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing pearl essence. Beautifully, exemplary quality nacre surface. So there's no indentations or blemishes. You know, for example, if you look at my own hands, look at the little scratches that I've got, all those blemishes, etc. Yeah, bruises. That's what you expect with something that is organic, that is formed from a living organism. These are absolutely flawless and perfect. I've got less than 50 of these available. If you got the knotting tool earlier on, just these knotted in between. Make yourself a suite of jewellery if you wanted to, matching earrings and a wonderful 360 neckline piece. This is what I kind of think about with sort of classic pearls. My mum's got a pearl bracelet which she's had for many, many, many years, and it's actually sort of a triple strand. If she's watching right now, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a kind of triple strand cuff. I don't know if they're genuine pearls or not, or if they're synthetic. That's not really relevant right now. It's the size that I was referring to, and the fact that they are kind of like, oh gosh, I'm trying to think what the actual weave is itself. A standard beading weave. A standard beading weave.
I'm not good
with
names.
Sarah Elvin would be literally the ladder weave. There we go. Thank you. I was going to say Sarah Elvin would be screaming at the television right now. It's a standard ladder weave style pearl bracelet, and she's had it for years upon years upon years. Probably handed down by her mother. This is the size which would be great for creating that really cluster style bracelet, or if you multi-buy, like I said, just restranding and knotting. The very essence of bridal jewellery. I'm so delighted that you're getting involved, because they are so beautifully uniformed in their shape. We're not saying that these are plain rounds. There is a 1mm difference, so therefore putting them into the potato pearl. I hate that terminology. I think it's really disrespectful to pearls. I don't know. I don't think of a potato as beautiful, but these are definitely beautiful. So I'm just gonna blank that from my. I'm not going to look at that. I'm just look at the pearls, and that's what's most important. That is the terminology, though. It is the correct terminology. Let's bring that price tag in. £24.95. They're amazing. They're amazingly beautiful and very wearable by day and by night. I mean, we think about bridal jewellery. You want something that can be, worn again, maybe even passed on to future generations, and this certainly could.
Absolutely. I mean, if you were to get married and you would keep your bracelet, you could just pass it on to your daughter when she gets married, or to your daughter-in-law. Pearls are always just something that you can wear.
Over and over and over and over again. Yeah, like I said, whether it's just sort of a pair of jeans or in your bridal gown, I mean, they're just going to look amazing. Already, congratulations to our web bidders who've got these, guaranteed success. Love it, love it, love it. I'm joining you, stop permitting. They're incredible. Now, brand new in, hot off the press. I have 200 available. Where did you say? I haven't even seen these yet, they're that new. When did they arrive? Okay, they are brand new. We have 200 in stock. When you say, because Kim's just said to me in my ear, Elle, these are going to fly. Okay. Oh gosh, I've just heard what they're going to. A pearl, okay, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Size, we know that, that's one of the valuing factors. Shape is another. Smoothness of the exterior, the nacre surface, and orient. Orient is talking about just how reflective those pearls are, how much luster you get off the exterior, and if you can, amazing pearlescence. These, whilst they're peacock pearls, have got one of the most incredible spectrums, pearlescence that I've ever seen. I mean, from a distance, Nadja, can you see the different tones and colours?
I just thought when you got that strand off your box or off the T-bar, I thought they were coated hematite. It was so the metallic hue.
Really?
From them, yeah.
Wow. Rainbow coated hematite. Yeah, because they are so wonderfully pearled. Wait till you see these. It's not just a peacock colour. You'll see greens, golds, pinks, yellows, loads of you multi-buying. Can you see what I'm talking about? From like turquoises to greens to pinks. They're fabulous.
They really are beautiful.
Really are
colours.
beautiful. And I can't believe how low these are going too. I really, really can't. So new, I've not even seen them before. This is the first time ever. You know, usually I'll get a chance to have a look at the opportunities before the show. This is the first time I'm actually seeing them. First time I am, first time you are. 200, and they'll all sell out. Do you know why? Because I know where they're going to. The quality, amazing. And I'm not going to mention price after this moment. In fact, I'm going to say it once. I'm going to say it once, we're going to bring it on your screen, and then we're going to go back to the quality of the pearls. £6.95. There we go, said it. I refuse to say it again, just because of the quality of the gemstones. Linda in South Wales, I really hope that's you, Mum. I really hope that's my mum, Linda in South Wales. I wonder, Mum, should be what? Mum, text in if that's you. Text in 60777, I want to know if it's you. I really hope it's my mum as well, because she multi-bought too. Gail, Zoe, well done. Lynn in Yorkshire, Maureen, Linda, 100 have gone already, 50% of the stock. Probably 80% of you are choosing to buy more than one of these, and why on earth wouldn't you? I can't stress web bidders, check out, because there are so many people on the phone lines also. It is going to be do you know what? We could put a timer on this, couldn't we? How quickly it's going to take until they sell out. How many? 70 in baskets. About 90 remaining, and telephone bidders there as well. Shona up in Aberdeenshire. I'm wondering if that's one of my what used to be fellow presenters. I wonder if it's that Shona. I wonder if it is. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's other Shonas out there, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised. The quality of these are just incredible. I refuse to mention that price point again. I refuse. You know why, don't you? Look how pearlescent they are. You've got that, you know, when you drop oil into water and you see those spectrum colours kind of swirl and swathe around. That's what you want in a pearl. You want it to have that pearlescence. And you've got it here in its droves, in its absolute droves. As good as gone. Well done, well done. Did we get any text messages from Wales? Mum, don't text me. You have to text studio. I can't look at my phone. Yeah, I might run out and check my phone a little bit later on, see if it was my mum. Well done, everybody. Now, fantastic. I did say it was a big show. Is it time for the neon appetite? Okay, this is a real opportunity. We go from elegant, beautiful pastel tones, dispersion with your sphene, which was I think sell out as well on the back of that pearl strand. Every single new in, every single star buy that I have brought you, and as if you remember, for those of you that were with me earlier on, I actually said the T-bar that I have today is the T-bar of pleiochroism. we are about to bring you one of the most intense colour, and singly the only gemstone that I know that uses just how energetic in its description as its name. It is, of course, your neon apatite. I can't wait to show it to you. I really can't wait. Yesterday I did quite a lot of shopping here at Jewellery Maker, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more throughout the course. You know, stock permitting, obviously, on the back of today's show. Just been some incredible opportunities, don't you agree? So what is neon apatite? Well, apatite as a gemstone, firstly, is very rich in phosphorus. So it's essential for life. We need phosphorus to actually to live and to breathe. It's needed in photosynthesis. It's needed in our teeth and bone makeup, and it actually translates in the Greek language to bringer of light, which I think is absolutely fantastic, because if you think about us as a species, or any species out there, I also think of it as bringer of life. So phosphorus is very much that. Well, it's rich in that one chemical, and that one chemical seems to ignite this gemstone beyond all imagination. But apatite comes in different colours. You can get it in a sky blue that you saw earlier on in the kit, sold out. You can actually get it in a green. But neon, to me, is the most energetic. I mean, there's no other gemstone that I can recall that actually has got that description, a description of energy, I suppose, within the actual name of the gemstone. Now, this is from Madagascar, which is a prime location for sourcing this gorgeous gemstone, and the average carat weight is going to absolutely, if you've not heard it previously before, is going to stun you. So what are the sizes which generally come out of the ground as an individual crystal? What sort of sizes do we expect? For example, some gemstones do tend to form in bigger carat weights. Tanzanite, for example, does tend to be more of a larger crystal than a smaller crystal. Neon apatite is completely and utterly the opposite. Similarly, a little bit like your peridot, if you like, tends to be very tiny granular particles. The average carat weight is 0.15, so 0.15. So when you see a 48 carat opportunity, yes, granted over multiple gemstones, but they are all substantial. I haven't measured it yet, and I will do, because I want you to sort of average out the carat weight of each of these rondelles. But wait until you see, we can see it from a distance, just how dramatic and intense the neon green is. This is fascinating. 38 centimetres. 38 centimetres of the most gloriously coloured gemstone. Isn't it incredible? A slight graduation, which means you could just restrand this. Just take your needle and thread, feed it off the strand as it is right now, attach your precious metal, I'm saying that because I think the quality and the rarity of the gemstone commands that, either end, and you've got an exquisite 360-degree neckline piece, one which is just going to glow off the décolletage and certainly going to command adoration. Again, straight away, lots of you getting involved. I'm not in the least bit surprised. It's energy that you get, and that's the best word that I can think of. You know, certain gemstones I think of, like Zarite, I always say exquisite. When it comes to kunzite, I always say feminine, morganite, alluring. There's certain gemstones that you will, and those are just my words, but you'll associate to other gemstones. When it comes to apatite, I always say energy, because there is a real energy. Do you agree with that, Nadja?
Just looking at that, the vivid blue colour would certainly be a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Anywhere you would wear it on your wrist, on your neck piece.
Yeah, and from the greatest distance you can imagine, yes, from across the room, if you like, this is still going to glow with the most amazing intensities of colour. I absolutely love it, and it's everyone says it's kind of a summery gemstone, but it looks incredible in all different pieces. You can tone it down if you like with some clear quartz or some moonstone, or you can keep that energy and keep it like, I personally would just leave it as it is. Just it's that length, that perfect length to be a 360-degree neckline piece. John and Janet's just bought 6. Well done, John and Janet. I've got Linda there, I've got Jill there, Gillian there, I've got Christine there, Sylvia in Glamorgan, well done to you. Just to reiterate, I only have 45 of these available in the world, 20 in baskets straight away. Well, that, do you know what? And I'm not literally just, I'm not just singing your praises, but I am. The fact that you've got involved instantaneously speaks volumes to your knowledge of gemstones. Because I can bring you diamonds, I can bring you sapphires, I can bring you emeralds, I can bring you rubies, I can bring you, a quartz, and we love them. We absolutely do. And please don't think I'm being insulting in any way, shape, or form to those, because I'm absolutely not. Listen, I'm a diamond girl, I'm a sapphire girl, I'm all of the above. But the fact that you are responsive to this straight away, and multiples of you are responsive straight away, is testament to the fact that you realise the exclusivity of it. I could probably count on what, in fact, I know. I don't think I've even brought it this year. This is the first time this year, and certainly not of this length. Like I said, it'll go perfectly around the neckline. I'd personally just restrand it. I'm a gold girl, so maybe use your gold-plated sterling silver findings. Wonderful graduation. The bringer of light. It is your wonderful neon apatite. Whether you think of energy, that's the word that I associate to this gorgeous gemstone. Whether you think of intensity, whether you think of summer, each to their own. It is just glorious. 48 carats. Can we just do that? 48 carats. Oh, what's the best way of working this out? Hang on a second. Actually, how do we work out? No. How many carats in a centimetre? 48 divided by 38? Yes. So on that basis, say 1.5 for ease of maths. That's a carat right there. A carat of neon apatite would be in, like this, would be in gold, easily would be in gold, and the quality that you're seeing, that gorgeous, gorgeous brilliance. I'm just singling out, what was that, 4 gemstones? And that's approximately a carat. Amazing. It's going to be a sellout. Need to bring that price tag in. $39.95. Gorgeous Madagascar neon apatite. That energetic colour. You can understand why it is named neon apatite, because it has got that real iridescence and incredible brilliance. Would you do like I am, Nadja? Keep it very, very simple?
I would. Probably just put a very simple stone as a focal point, and then the rest of the beads would be on the neckline, I think. Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. Gorgeous blue colour.
Absolutely incredible. I tell you what, this with the sphene earlier as well would look amazing. If you do want to mix and match those colours, I like to keep single colours in it. I was thinking
the sphene would look really nice with that.
Yeah, this with the sphene, that yellowish green would be incredible. But you can team anything with it, can't you? Or just leave it as it is. Absolutely stunning, and I'm delighted for you. I'm not surprised that I have got multi-buyers there. Hello to you, Kathleen, Patrick, Bethan. Hello to you, Linda, Tracy, Teresa, Judy, Gail, Louise, Beverly, Catherine, Sylvia and Glamorgan. Christine, you've got yours. I've got to move on because, again, it's going to be a sellout. Not willing to part with that, though. It's going literally just there on my Tiva. I have got another star buy. Okay, we are spoiling you. It's official. You know what? But we like to. It is true, we are spoiling you, it's true. And you know what? We make no apologies for it. None whatsoever. I like treating people. Do you, Nadja?
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing better than to give someone a gift and see a smile on their face.
Yeah, nothing better. That's the words to say than putting a smile on someone's face. I love the fact that we are able to spoil you. And yes, this is a big weekend for us here at Jewellery Maker. You know, a lot of hours of preparation has gone into the wedding fair show. So, and it's not just about what you think about pearls maybe, or your tiaras, or your hair combs. Yesterday we had amazing fascinators. Today we've got macramé. We've got Alison coming up in a few moments time, who's wire work. So we're covering lots and lots of mediums, but also multiple gemstones as well. Tanzanite, sapphire, emeralds, your rubies, the big five that we know of straight away because of their global infamy, I suppose, because of the masses of marketing that goes into each of these gemstones. Millions upon millions of pounds are invested into marketing. But yeah, you would think, and it is the case with some of those big fives, that you would think that they would always have millions of pounds invested into the mining of them. Yeah, diamonds, they have. Tanzanite even, they have got millions of pounds worth. You know, it's actually a surprise to many people to find out that sapphires can be still mined, and in many locations are still being mined just by sifting through riverbeds. Emerald mines are actually depleting. Zambian ruby mines are actually depleting, or on the verge of, or already have depleting. For example, the Thai ruby is almost on the verge of. Burmese ruby is on the verge of depleting. Similarly with your sapphire. Sapphire, if you think about it, Tanzania's sapphire is no longer in production. Ceylon sapphire is gradually, very quickly depleting. So certainly a suggestion that we need to get it as soon as we possibly can. Unfortunately, and I'm guilty of doing this as well, we talk about your Tanzanite, one locational, one generational, it is going to deplete. And that's kind of been sort of ingrained into us. But yes, you can source your sapphire from different locations around the world, but some of the most supreme locations are also already gone or on the verge of going. So please don't think that whilst it is more abundant, there is a lot of Tanzanite out there in the world, but it is from one source. You know, millions are invested into the mining of that. Sapphire, certain locations are already gone. Now, I'm really excited to bring you this strand. When it comes to pink sapphire, this is what you long for. The more vivacious, again, sorry to use that word again, the more depth of colour and saturation there is, the more valued that your sapphire is. This is totally and utterly natural. It's not fissure filled, it's not diffused, it's not heat treated in any way, shape or form, and it's a long strand. So please, I'm guilty of doing this, and I'm going to put my hands up as well. And I was watching, I was sort of thinking about this last night. You know, sometimes when you're just like welling over things and like, hang on a second, Elle, I'm guilty of saying that Tanzanite, yeah, it's depleting, get it as soon as you can. But I don't emphasise enough on the fact that sapphire, emeralds, rubies, those locations, some of them are already but gone. Well done to those of you that have already got involved. If you are a September baby, then this is your gorgeous gemstone. It is mine too, and I adore the fact that you can get this beautiful candy floss pink. Dial in as soon as you can. There's 68 carats in 32 centimetres. Look at that gorgeous lustre. Natural, Nadja.
Totally gorgeous. And when I look at rondelles like that, I always feel they're great in men's bracelets, just a few interspersed.
I like that. Because you wouldn't straight away think of pink sapphire.
Well, it's a birthstone, so you could incorporate that for a man to wear as a, rustic bracelet, just one or two.
Yeah, I love that, absolutely. And you know what? I think pink is fashionable for gents as well. I think that's a really good idea and something which I wasn't admittedly expecting, but I like that idea. I do really like it. It's brand new, and I'm just trying to see how many we've got. Okay, we've got a triple figure quantity, but I've just seen also where it's going to as well. 4 by 2 millimeters. So big sizable rondelles, all it takes is just a couple of those, maybe with the neon apatite that you saw earlier on, with any of the pearls that you saw earlier on. We've got a rough sapphire strand coming your way, which would be amazing alongside this. That differentiation between rustic shapes and organic shapes of the rough crystal, and faceted glorious beauty like this. Like I said, we had a triple figure quantity. It's already in double figures. Absolutely beautiful depth of saturation. Sapphires with those wonderful, wonderful intensities. 32 centimetre strand with all of that gorgeous sparkle. I love a pink sapphire. I just think it's a nice quirky angle or difference between the very, I don't want to say stereotypically, but the more infamous blue.
Oh, absolutely, and you could, if you had a strand of blue to mix in between, would look great as well.
It really would. Absolutely love it. £25, well, less than, for 68 carats. I mean, let's just put this into perspective. I mean, if you saw in a retailer natural sapphire, which I know you don't see sort of actually documented in many locations, natural sapphire, 1 carat in sterling silver, £25, we'd be all over it, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
and you've used 1 carat of your strand here to commission something like this.
Yeah, you would just have to have a few of the stones on a bit of sterling silver wire, then attached to sterling silver findings, and you would have your money back with
yeah.
it.
Do you know what this would look amazing with? Your first kit as well. Look incredible with the first kit. With the pearls. If you didn't see it, by the way, we will be recapping it shortly, but just look at this as a combination. I think it look amazing with the first kit. Don't you think? Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Now we're going to squeeze one last bundle in before the lovely Nadja steps out of the studio. Moving on to... Oh yes, it had to be whilst Nadja was here. It had to be.
Oh, right.
Look at your little face. It lights up. It lights up every time you know that I'm bringing Eslon. Look at these.
Ooh, nice colours.
They are lovely colours. Gorgeous colours. I love this one in the centre, don't you?
Very rusty.
Yeah, lovely tones. You've kind of got a Tahitian colour here, almost. And more of a sort of champagne hue, yeah, a lovely sort of rusty gold, silver, and then a sort of coppery tone there at the end. 70 metres, and these are all your 0.4. I've not mentioned all day, actually, and I perhaps should, that our 0.4mm does go through the majority of our pearls, and also the fact that you can separate them if you want them to go finer. They are very, very, very tightly coiled against one another, so you can actually sort of fray them, so to separate if you want to go down a few levels or millimetres. But this is, I think, well, it's certainly, I know they do 0.3mm, but it's one of the finest gauges, and it will go through not just our pearls, but the majority of all of our gemstones in terms of their drill holes. So you've got 5 different spools, 70 metres of your Eslon cord on each of those. Then we've also got your micro Kumihimo. Who's this with, this DVD? Do we know? With the lovely Prue. Oh, fabulous. Look at the picture on the front there as well. So similar to your micro macrame that you see with the lovely Nadja, Prue is amazing at micro kumihimo. And within this DVD, you have got, there she is, there's the lovely Prue. You have got 6 different sections. It's approximately an hour, including introduction, making a braid, gemstone chip bracelet, round gemstone heart charm bracelet, bead effect necklace, and the beaded tassel lariat, which I think is the one on the front there, which is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, stunning.
Really beautiful. And we're still not done. To do kumihimo, what do you need? Well, it's on your screen right now. The kumihimo disc. We've not brought you the round disc for I don't know how long. Always sells out. Always, it's like your macrame board to macrame. You need this, but it always sells out. Let's bring that price tag in. So you're away. The wonderful thing about kumihimo is this is all you need to make a piece of jewellery. You need your disc and you need your cords. That's it. That's all you need. You can add gemstones if you wish. Am I missing a cord? Is it this one? Oh, I beg your pardon. You're missing a cord. Yeah, there we go. It is that one. Sorry, sorry, sorry. So you're actually getting 6. Well, a little bonus there. A little bonus of your micro kumihimo. 420 metres in total. Should be £24.60. See what I mean? Kumihimo, this is all you need to get started. Add gemstones thereafter if you want to, but this is all you need. It's one of the most inexpensive mediums to get involved in.
And the perfect colour palette as well.
Perfect colour palette. Not £24.60 today. Everything I've brought you near on is sold out today, by the way. $14.95.
Again, that's so, and especially with the cord alone. I mean, I said earlier I bought 2 or 3 for more than that, just including postage. And you get this DVD and the
DVD, the kumihimo disc, and all of those threads.
Yeah.
Oh, are you all right there, Alison? I just heard a sudden. I think it's because of the $14.95 price tag. I don't know of another hobby that you can start for less than 15 quid.
Yeah, and with that sort of amount of cords, you can practice quite a long time before you're going to run out of cords.
Absolutely. So kumihimo, similarly, you don't need huge amounts of the cord. Naomi and Tynanware, I have this DVD, and I must say it is very easy to follow. Prue's wonderful for demonstrations. She's lovely to listen to as well. Very, very eloquent. But yeah, beautiful pieces of jewellery.
Yes,
beautiful pieces of jewellery. And yes, it is quite an intricate braid, and you might think that it's complex, but actually kumihimo is something that you can pick up from any ages as well. Youngsters love kumihimo. It's more of a sort of a traditional braid, steeped in history. Well done. $14.95 only for the DVD, for the kumihimo round disc. We're well and truly oversubscribed, so do stay where you are on those phone lines. Now I'm running out of time, but and the lovely Nadja, when are you back next, sweetie?
27th, I think.
27th?
Yes, of January.
Of January,
yes.
So make sure you do tune in there and watch this space for Nadja's DVD and workshop. I know, I'm going to just keep saying it until you do it.
Well, the workshop's on the site already, on the website, so the DVD will
Okay, your workshop's on the website?
It's on the website.
Fantastic. Yeah. DVD, I'm just going to nag you. I'm going to keep nagging. I'm just going to keep nagging you.
I want one.
You want one as well? Alison wants it. I want to go on it too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep nagging until it happens. So thank you, Nadja. As always, absolutely amazing and always lovely to see you. So don't go anywhere though, because I'm not going anywhere. I hope you won't too, because we are continuing the wedding trade fair, and we have also got the wonderful Alison coming your way, and she's made some very lovely bouquets, all made from your wire.
Morganite was first discovered in California in the early 20th century. News spread quickly, and it became of special interest to George Frederick Kunz, a well-known and respected gemologist and gem collector from New York. In 1911, Kunz later discovered the gem in Madagascar and suggested naming this pink variety of beryl Morganite. Along with emerald and aquamarine, Morganite is now one of the most popular gemstones from the colour beryl family.